There comes a time when the words someone speaks don't align with the feelings they stir inside you. Maybe it's a sudden unease, or perhaps a shift in their voice makes you second-guess their honesty. We've all been there, facing the discomfort of uncertainty, the unsettling feeling of not knowing whether what you're being told is true. In moments like these, staying grounded and keeping your peace of mind feels almost impossible. But that's where the power of self-awareness, calmness, and wisdom come in. Throughout life, you'll encounter people who aren't always truthful. It's inevitable. Some lies might be small and harmless, while others can have a deep impact, leaving you hurt and questioning everything. But here's the truth. Deception isn't always as obvious as we think. It can be subtle, hidden behind a smile, or buried under layers of carefully crafted words. And even though we can't stop others from lying, we can control how we respond. What if you could face dishonesty without letting it shake your peace? What if, instead of reacting with frustration, anger, or disappointment, you could remain calm, composed, and even compassionate? It's not about becoming cold or indifferent. It's about mastering your emotions and keeping control over your mind when the world around you seems uncertain. That is the essence of strength. The art of navigating dishonesty is not about confrontation. It's about understanding human nature, observing closely, and maintaining a mindset that prioritizes inner peace over external chaos. In these moments, you don't need to win an argument or expose a lie. What matters is your ability to protect your emotional well-being and prevent dishonesty from poisoning your mind. Think of it like this. Every time you encounter a lie, it's an opportunity to grow stronger mentally and emotionally. Lies, no matter how damaging, can be the perfect test of your patience, self-control, and wisdom. Instead of letting dishonesty drag you down, you can use it as a tool to build resilience. By staying calm, observing carefully, and responding with clarity, you keep the upper hand, not just over the situation, but over yourself. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy rooted in mastering our responses to the world, offers profound insights into dealing with deception. According to Stoic teachings, we cannot control what others do, but we can always control how we react. This idea forms the backbone of facing dishonesty with grace. A person's lies should not disturb your inner peace. They should become a chance to practice self-mastery. In this book, we'll explore the subtle and often hidden signs of deception, showing you how to navigate these situations without losing your calm. You will learn to see beyond the surface, to spot the small details others might overlook. But more importantly, you will learn how to respond in a way that strengthens your own character. Instead of letting lies create anxiety or frustration, you'll come to see them as moments where you can practice your own personal growth. Lies, no matter how deeply they cut, do not have to lead to emotional turmoil. Through the wisdom of Stoicism, you can cultivate an attitude that keeps you balanced, rational, and at peace, even when deception is in front of you. This is not about being cynical or mistrusting everyone around you. It's about sharpening your awareness, becoming emotionally intelligent, and refusing to let others' dishonesty define your emotional state. The path forward is not easy, but the rewards are immense. By learning to detect lies, not through accusation or conflict, but through calm observation and mindfulness, you become someone who is not easily shaken. You develop an inner strength that allows you to navigate the complexities of human interaction with confidence and wisdom. Every lie you encounter is a moment where you get to practice patience, where you choose not to let another person's actions disturb your peace. You will learn to master the art of staying detached, protecting your emotional energy, and moving forward with clarity. In a world where dishonesty is all too common, those who can maintain their peace stand above the rest. This is your opportunity to be that person. What you will find here is more than just a guide to spotting lies. It's a path towards self-empowerment, where you gain the tools to handle difficult situations with a calm and composed mindset. Lies will always exist, but how you respond to them is what defines you. When you equip yourself with wisdom, you stand strong no matter what is thrown your way. So, let's take this journey together. Let's uncover the ways to see through deception, to understand the truth that lies beneath the surface, and most importantly, to protect the peace of your own mind. No one else has the power to take that from you unless you allow them. And after reading this, you'll never give them that power again. Prepare to step into a mindset where peace prevails over deception, where clarity beats confusion, and where you remain strong no matter what lies you face. This is your moment to claim control over your reactions, to master your emotions, and to handle dishonesty with wisdom, strength, and grace. When faced with dishonesty, there's a moment, a split second, when doubt creeps in. It feels like a subtle shift in the air, a gut instinct that whispers something isn't right. Your mind races, trying to make sense of it, but with it comes frustration, confusion, and perhaps even anger. It's in these moments that the real challenge begins. How do you stay calm? How do you keep yourself steady when the ground beneath you feels uncertain? The answer lies in cultivating the power of control over your emotions, a central teaching in Stoicism. Calmness, when you suspect a lie, doesn't just happen. It's a skill, honed over time, that allows you to detach from the chaos of emotions and see the situation for what it truly is. Instead of immediately reacting to dishonesty, Stoicism teaches that your first response should be inward. Before confronting the person or letting your anger flare, take a deep breath. Remind yourself that you cannot control others, only yourself. This is the foundation of staying calm, the belief that external actions have no real power over your inner peace unless you give them that power. When you begin to suspect a lie, it's easy to let your emotions take control. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and your mind jumps to conclusions. But Stoicism teaches that these emotions, while natural, are not facts. They are simply reactions, and it is your job to master them. The more you practice controlling your emotional responses, the better you become at staying calm in the face of deceit. You'll notice that the initial surge of frustration becomes easier to manage over time, and instead of reacting with anger, you respond with thoughtfulness. By grounding yourself in the present moment, you can avoid letting your mind wander into the territory of what-ifs and unnecessary speculation. When dishonesty is suspected, it's common to imagine worst-case scenarios. But Stoicism teaches that focusing on the present helps you see things more clearly. You aren't dealing with the imagined consequences of the lie, but with the moment as it unfolds. Ground yourself in that reality and realize that staying calm is the first step toward seeing the truth. Another key element to staying calm when faced with dishonesty is understanding that people lie for many reasons. Some lie out of fear, some out of habit, and others because they feel cornered. Instead of immediately judging them, try to adopt a Stoic mindset of curiosity and observation. Ask yourself, why would this person feel the need to lie? When you detach yourself emotionally, you begin to see things from a more compassionate and rational perspective. This not only helps you stay calm, but also gives you greater insight into the motives behind the deception. Emotional detachment, a core Stoic principle, is essential when dealing with dishonesty. This doesn't mean being cold or indifferent. It means not letting another person's actions disturb your peace. If someone lies to you, their dishonesty reflects their character, not yours. By practicing emotional detachment, you protect yourself from unnecessary emotional pain. You realize that while the lie may hurt, it doesn't have to control your response. This mindset allows you to stay calm and centered, even when faced with deception. One way to cultivate calmness in these situations is through self-reflection. When you suspect someone is lying, take a moment to reflect on your own feelings and reactions. What is driving your emotional response? Is it fear, anger, disappointment? By identifying the root of your emotions, you gain greater control over them. Stoicism encourages self-awareness as a way to navigate life's challenges, and dishonesty is no exception. The more aware you are of your inner world, the better equipped you are to handle the outer one. It's also important to remember that not all lies require immediate action. Sometimes the best way to stay calm is to wait. In the heat of the moment, your emotions might push you to confront the lie right away. But Stoicism teaches the power of patience. By allowing some time to pass, you can approach the situation with a clearer mind. The lie will still be there, but your response can be measured and thoughtful instead of impulsive and reactive. Another aspect of staying calm is focusing on what you can control. You can't control the lie, but you can control your actions, your thoughts, and your responses. This is where true Stoic wisdom shines. When you focus on your own behavior instead of the dishonesty of others, you reclaim your power. You are no longer a victim of the lie, but a master of your own emotions. This shift in focus brings calmness and peace, even in the most frustrating situations. Stoicism also teaches the importance of acceptance. Sometimes people lie, and while it's not pleasant, it's a part of life. Accepting this reality doesn't mean condoning the lie. It means acknowledging that it exists and choosing not to let it disturb your peace. Acceptance is not defeat, it is strength. It allows you to face the situation with a calm mind, understanding that while you may not like the dishonesty, you are capable of handling it with grace and wisdom. Another crucial practice is staying objective. When you suspect someone is lying, it's easy to get caught up in emotions and make assumptions. But Stoicism teaches the value of objectivity, seeing things as they are, without adding your own emotional narrative. Objectivity helps you stay calm because it prevents you from spiraling into anger or anxiety. You see the lie for what it is, a mere fact, not a personal attack. This clarity brings calmness and allows you to respond with reason, not emotion. When you practice Stoicism, you develop the ability to slow down your reactions. Instead of jumping to conclusions or immediately confronting the person, you take a step back and assess the situation. This pause is powerful. It gives you the space to reflect on what's happening and how you want to respond. By slowing down, you maintain control over your emotions and your actions. This deliberate approach is key to staying calm when faced with dishonesty. At the heart of Stoicism is the belief that we are responsible for our own happiness and peace of mind. When someone lies to you, they may think they're controlling the narrative, but in reality, you control how that lie affects you. You can choose to let it upset you, or you can choose to stay calm and focused. By taking responsibility for your emotions, you empower yourself to handle dishonesty with resilience and composure. Part of staying calm when faced with dishonesty is understanding that not every lie needs to be exposed. Sometimes the best course of action is to let it go. This doesn't mean you're accepting the lie as truth, but rather that you're choosing not to let it disrupt your peace. Stoicism teaches that peace of mind is more valuable than winning every battle. By choosing when to engage and when to walk away, you preserve your energy and maintain your calm. Another important lesson from Stoicism is the concept of resilience. Lies can feel like personal attacks, but they don't have to break you. Each time you face dishonesty and remain calm, you build emotional strength. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulty, it's about facing it with grace. The more you practice staying calm in the face of lies, the more resilient you become. Over time, dishonesty loses its power to disturb your peace. Stoicism also encourages us to focus on the bigger picture. When someone lies, it's easy to get caught up in the immediate situation. But if you take a step back, you'll see that this moment is just one small part of your life. By maintaining perspective, you can keep the lie from overwhelming you. Stoicism reminds us that our peace of mind is worth more than any single moment of dishonesty. Trust in the process of self-growth is also essential. Each time you face dishonesty and manage to stay calm, you're growing as a person. Stoicism teaches that challenges are opportunities for growth, and lies are no exception. By staying calm, you strengthen your emotional resilience and deepen your understanding of yourself. Every moment of dishonesty becomes a chance to practice self-mastery. One final piece of advice from Stoicism is to approach every situation with kindness. Even when you suspect someone is lying, responding with compassion rather than anger can help you stay calm. Kindness doesn't mean accepting the lie. It means choosing not to let it harden your heart. By approaching dishonesty with kindness, you maintain your inner peace and protect your emotional well-being. Having learned how to stay calm when faced with dishonesty, the next step is handling it with wisdom. Responding to a lie requires more than just keeping your cool. It involves applying reason, understanding the motivations behind dishonesty, and choosing the best path forward. Stoicism teaches that our response to dishonesty should never be driven by emotional outbursts or impulsive reactions. Instead, it should be rooted in thoughtfulness and self-control, allowing us to respond with clarity rather than frustration. When someone lies to you, the first instinct is often to feel betrayed, hurt, or even angry. But Stoicism encourages us to take a different approach. Instead of letting these emotions guide your response, step back and reflect on the nature of the lie. What does this deception say about the person? Are they lying out of fear, insecurity, or something else entirely? By understanding their motivation, you can respond in a way that maintains your integrity without falling into the trap of emotional reaction. Once you've taken that step back, it's important to remember that not every lie deserves a confrontation. Stoicism teaches that our peace of mind is more valuable than the need to expose every falsehood. Sometimes, silence is the most powerful response. By choosing not to engage in conflict, you show strength and wisdom. Confronting every lie can drain your energy and lead to unnecessary arguments, while choosing when to address dishonesty and when to let it pass gives you control over the situation. In those moments when you do choose to address the lie, it's crucial to do so with calmness and reason. Rather than accusing or blaming, ask questions that encourage reflection. Why did you feel the need to lie? Or, what are you afraid of sharing with me? These types of questions shift the focus from blame to understanding, opening the door to a more honest conversation. The Stoic approach is never about humiliating the other person, but about fostering a space for truth to emerge. When confronting dishonesty, avoid taking it personally. A lie, more often than not, is a reflection of the other person's fears or insecurities, not a direct attack on you. By removing your ego from the equation, you can respond with clarity and objectivity. Stoicism teaches that we should not allow others' actions to dictate our emotions or sense of self-worth. The lie is not about you, and recognizing this keeps you from falling into a spiral of hurt and anger. The goal in responding to dishonesty is not to win or prove the other person wrong. Stoicism reminds us that life is not about petty victories. Instead, it's about maintaining your character and integrity, regardless of what others do. When faced with a lie, Responding with grace rather than vindictiveness shows that you value your inner peace more than the temporary satisfaction of exposing someone else's flaws. This quiet strength is a hallmark of Stoic wisdom. There are times when a lie can hurt deeply, especially when it comes from someone close to you. In these moments, the Stoic way is to reflect on the nature of your relationship. Is this lie part of a larger pattern of behavior? What does this deception reveal about the dynamics between you? By looking at the broader picture, you can decide whether addressing the lie is about resolving a momentary conflict or addressing a deeper issue within the relationship. This thoughtful approach allows you to act with wisdom rather than in the heat of emotion. Another key aspect of responding to lies with Stoicism is understanding that your reaction sets the tone for the future. If you respond with anger or accusation, you may encourage more dishonesty as the other person becomes defensive. But if you approach the situation with calmness and reason, you create an environment where honesty can thrive. By modeling the behavior you wish to see, you influence those around you to be more truthful and open in the future. Stoicism also teaches us the value of forgiveness. While it's natural to feel hurt by a lie, holding on to that pain only harms you in the long run. By practicing forgiveness, you release the burden of anger and resentment. Forgiving someone for lying doesn't mean you condone the lie. It means you choose not to let it control your emotions or your peace of mind. This act of letting go frees you from the mental and emotional weight of the deception. It's important to recognize that people often lie because they are trapped by their own insecurities or fears. Stoicism encourages compassion even for those who deceive us. By understanding the internal struggles that lead to dishonesty, you can respond with empathy rather than judgment. This doesn't mean you excuse the lie, but it does mean you approach the situation with a deeper understanding of human nature. One of the most powerful Stoic responses to dishonesty is choosing to focus on your own actions and character rather than on the lie itself. You cannot control what others do, but you can always control how you act. When you prioritize your own integrity and self-respect, the lies of others lose their power over you. Responding to dishonesty from this place of inner strength ensures that you remain true to yourself, regardless of the actions of those around you. Maintaining a sense of humor can also be a valuable tool in responding to dishonesty. Stoicism teaches that life's difficulties, including being lied to, can be met with a light heart. By not taking every deception so seriously, you protect your peace of mind and prevent the lie from consuming you. This doesn't mean you trivialize dishonesty, but rather that you choose to rise above it, refusing to let it weigh you down. In some cases, dishonesty may be a result of misunderstanding or miscommunication. Before assuming malicious intent, it's important to clarify what was said and why. Often, what appears to be a lie may simply be a miscommunication that can be resolved with a calm and open conversation. This approach reflects the Stoic value of seeking understanding rather than rushing to judgment. Responding to dishonesty with kindness doesn't mean you allow others to take advantage of you. Stoicism teaches that boundaries are essential for maintaining peace of mind. When someone lies to you, it's perfectly reasonable to set clear boundaries about what behavior you will accept. By calmly stating your expectations and limits, you protect yourself from future harm without resorting to anger or hostility. Another powerful Stoic principle in handling dishonesty is focusing on the long-term impact of your response. How you choose to handle this moment will shape the future of your relationship with the person who lied. Responding with calmness and thoughtfulness creates a foundation of mutual respect, even in the face of deception. On the other hand, a harsh or emotional reaction can damage trust and make future honesty even harder to achieve. The way you respond to dishonesty says more about your character than the lie itself. Stoicism teaches that integrity is something you cultivate within, regardless of what others do. By choosing to respond with dignity, you show that your values are not shaken by the actions of others. This consistency in character is what defines a Stoic strength. It's also helpful to remember that everyone makes mistakes. At some point in life, we all fall short of complete honesty, whether intentionally or not. Stoicism teaches humility in recognizing this shared human flaw. By responding to dishonesty with understanding and grace, you acknowledge that we are all imperfect beings navigating life's complexities. In responding to a lie, you have the power to de-escalate conflict. Stoicism teaches that harmony is always preferable to discord. By choosing to respond calmly, you reduce the likelihood of the situation spiraling into a larger conflict. This doesn't mean avoiding difficult conversations, but rather approaching them with the goal of resolution rather than further tension. Stoic wisdom also reminds us that responding to dishonesty with patience is a sign of true strength. In a world that often prioritizes quick reactions, taking the time to reflect before responding sets you apart. Patience allows you to process your emotions and consider the best course of action, ensuring that your response is thoughtful and measured. When someone lies to you, it's easy to feel the need to expose them immediately. But Stoicism teaches that the truth will often reveal itself in time. Sometimes the best response to dishonesty is to wait. By allowing the situation to unfold naturally, the truth may become clear without the need for confrontation. This practice of patience not only preserves your peace of mind, but also prevents unnecessary conflict. In moments of dishonesty, it's important to remember that your response is a reflection of your own values. Stoicism teaches that our character is defined by our actions, not by what happens to us. By responding to lies with integrity, you maintain your sense of self-respect and ensure that you are living in alignment with your values, regardless of external circumstances. Sometimes, responding to dishonesty means simply walking away. Stoicism teaches that not every battle is worth fighting. If a lie does not affect you in a significant way, it may be better to let it go and move forward with your life. This act of walking away shows that you prioritize your peace over unnecessary drama, a key principle in living a Stoic life. When responding to dishonesty, it's essential to avoid becoming consumed by the desire for revenge or justice. Stoicism teaches that true justice is found in maintaining your own moral compass, not in trying to punish others for their wrongs. By focusing on your own actions and integrity, you ensure that you remain on the path of virtue, even when others stray from it. Stoicism also reminds us to approach every situation with wisdom and discernment. Not all lies are created equal, and not every response should be the same. By using wisdom to assess the situation, you can determine the most appropriate response. Whether that means addressing the lie directly or allowing it to pass, wisdom guides you in making the best choice for your peace of mind. When responding to dishonesty, it's helpful to remind yourself that the lie does not define you. Stoicism teaches that our worth is not determined by how others treat us, but by how we treat ourselves and others. By responding to lies with grace, you affirm your own self-worth and show that you are not defined by the actions of others. One final Stoic principle to remember when responding to dishonesty is the power of acceptance. While lies can hurt, they are a part of the human experience. By accepting this reality, you free yourself from the expectation that life should always be fair or just. Acceptance allows you to face dishonesty with a calm mind, knowing that while you cannot control the actions of others, you can always control your response. Having explored how to respond to dishonesty with wisdom and grace, The next essential skill is the art of reading what isn't spoken. Words can lie, but the body often reveals the truth. The subtle cues, the movements, the shifts in posture. These are the unspoken signs that give away more than any conversation ever could. In the Stoic tradition, observation is key. It is through careful, detached observation that we learn to see what others might miss. Lies may be wrapped in smooth words, but the body, unguarded, often betrays the reality behind those words. Learning to read body language is about more than just picking up on obvious signs. It's about sharpening your awareness and focusing on the subtleties that others overlook. The Stoic approach emphasizes patience and attention to detail. By staying calm and detached, you allow yourself to see the small tells, a fleeting gesture, a shift in eye contact, or a sudden change in breathing. These clues, when viewed without judgment, reveal the deeper truth behind the words. When someone lies, there's often an unconscious struggle between their mind and their body. The mind may craft a falsehood, but the body speaks its own language. A Stoic observer remains patient, not rushing to conclusions, but instead watching how the person carries themselves. A pause before answering, the wringing of hands, or the avoidance of eye contact may indicate discomfort or deceit. Yet, these signals must be taken in context, viewed as part of a larger picture rather than isolated facts. Stoicism teaches us to remain neutral as we observe. Emotional reactions cloud our judgment, making us more likely to misinterpret what we see. If you're anxious or angry, you might read deception into innocent gestures. But when you approach with calmness and detachment, your mind becomes a clear mirror, reflecting the truth as it is, not as you fear or wish it to be. This clarity of observation allows you to notice the small signs that others might miss. The face is often the first place to reveal a lie. Micro-expressions, those fleeting, involuntary facial movements, can betray true emotions before the person has a chance to hide them. A brief flash of guilt, fear, or discomfort may appear in the eyes or mouth before being quickly suppressed. These moments are easy to miss if you're not paying attention, but with practice, you can train yourself to notice them. A Stoic observer, always patient and aware, is well equipped to catch these subtle shifts. Paying attention to someone's posture can also offer valuable insight. A person who is lying may unconsciously shift their body away from you, as if trying to create distance from the deception they're telling. They may cross their arms or legs, signaling defensiveness. Alternatively, someone who suddenly becomes overly rigid or unnaturally still might be trying too hard to maintain control over their body, a possible sign that they're hiding something. Hand gestures can be another telltale sign. When people are nervous or lying, their hands may fidget, touch their face, or engage in repetitive motions like tapping or ringing. These actions often reveal a deeper level of anxiety that the person is trying to keep hidden. A calm, steady observer will notice these subtle movements and recognize them as potential indicators of discomfort or dishonesty. Stoicism teaches that we should observe without judgment, but also without assumptions. Not every twitch or movement means someone is lying. It's important to consider the context and the person's usual behavior. Some people naturally fidget, while others avoid eye contact even when they're telling the truth. A skilled Stoic observer will compare what they see now with the person's typical behavior, looking for deviations rather than relying on generalizations. The eyes, often referred to as windows to the soul, can reveal a lot when someone is being dishonest. A person who avoids eye contact or blinks more frequently than usual may be showing signs of nervousness or discomfort. Conversely, someone who stares too intensely might be overcompensating, trying to appear more honest than they actually are. The key is to remain patient and watchful, noting these subtle changes without rushing to conclusions. A change in tone or speech pattern is another clue that a Stoic observer can detect. When people lie, they often alter their voice, whether by speaking more quickly, slowing down, or hesitating. They may also start to stutter or repeat themselves. These changes indicate that the person is mentally processing their words more carefully, a potential sign that they are constructing a lie rather than speaking naturally. It's not just the words people say, but how they say them that reveals the truth. When someone is lying, their sentences might become overly complex or convoluted as they try to maintain control over their story. A simple question might be met with a long-winded explanation, which could signal that the person is trying to distract you or cover up inconsistencies. By staying calm and attentive, you can see through the clutter of words and identify when someone is over-explaining to hide something. The Stoic approach to reading body language also involves noticing what isn't there. A person who is telling the truth typically feels relaxed and confident in their words. When these natural signals are absent, when a person is unusually still, their gestures too controlled, or their expressions too measured, this absence can be as telling as any outward sign of nervousness. Stoicism teaches us to be aware not only of what is happening, but also of what isn't. The more you practice reading body language through Stoic observation, the more you develop an intuitive sense of when something is off. This intuition is not based on emotion, but on experience and careful attention to detail. As you sharpen your observational skills, you'll begin to pick up on patterns of behavior that reveal more than the person intends to share. These patterns, combined with a calm and clear mind, allow you to navigate situations with greater awareness and understanding. Stoic observation isn't just about catching lies, it's about understanding human nature. People's actions and movements often reveal their emotions more than their words do. A person's body language can show fear, anxiety, guilt, or hesitation, giving you deeper insight into their emotional state. By reading these signals, you become more attuned to the full spectrum of human interaction, not just the spoken conversation. It's important to approach the process of reading body language with humility. Even the best observers can misinterpret signals or miss important details. Stoicism teaches that we should always remain open to the possibility that we don't know everything. By keeping a humble mindset, you avoid the trap of overconfidence in your abilities and remain open to learning and refining your skills. Reading body language effectively also involves staying aware of your own body. When observing others, make sure that you remain relaxed and open, as your own tension or nervousness can cloud your perception. The Stoic principle of self-control applies here. When you are calm and composed, you are better able to observe others with clarity and insight. Sometimes a person's body language will contradict their words. They may tell you one thing while their posture, gestures, or expressions say something entirely different. Recognizing this disconnect is key to uncovering the truth. Stoicism teaches that when faced with conflicting information, it's important to remain objective and not let your emotions influence your interpretation. Instead, focus on what the body is revealing and allow that to guide your understanding. A person's breathing can also offer clues about their emotional state. Rapid, shallow breaths often indicate anxiety or stress, which could be linked to dishonesty. On the other hand, slow, deliberate breathing might suggest that the person is consciously trying to stay calm, possibly because they're hiding something. Paying attention to these small physiological signs helps you piece together a more complete picture of what's happening. Stoic observation requires patience. Sometimes the signs of dishonesty aren't immediately obvious, and it takes time for the truth to reveal itself. By staying calm and giving the person space to speak and move, You allow their body language to unfold naturally. Rushing the process can lead to misinterpretation, while patience ensures that you gather all the necessary information before drawing any conclusions. The context of the conversation is critical when interpreting body language. Someone who appears nervous might not be lying. They could simply be uncomfortable with the topic of discussion. A Stoic observer takes all factors into account, considering the person's emotional state, the situation, and any external pressures that might be influencing their behavior. This balanced approach ensures that you don't jump to conclusions based on limited information. Facial expressions are a rich source of information, but they must be viewed in context. A slight smile might signal comfort, but in certain situations, it could also indicate nervousness or even contempt. Stoicism teaches us to observe these expressions without making immediate judgments. Instead, take note of the expression and observe how it fits with the rest of the person's behavior. This broader perspective helps you understand what's truly being communicated. Sometimes, the most revealing body language comes when a person thinks they aren't being watched. If you're engaged in a conversation, take note of how the person behaves when they believe your attention is elsewhere. A relaxed posture might suddenly shift, or their hands might fidget nervously. These moments of unguarded behavior often offer the clearest insights into a person's true feelings. When reading body language, it's essential to stay grounded in the present moment. Stoicism teaches that focusing on the here and now allows you to observe more clearly. By quieting your mind and eliminating distractions, you become more attuned to the subtle shifts in the other person's behavior. This presence of mind is what enables you to spot the smallest of clues that might otherwise go unnoticed. Sometimes, dishonesty is revealed through inconsistency in body language. A person might nod while verbally disagreeing or shake their head while affirming something. These contradictory signals can be a sign of internal conflict, where the body resists aligning with the falsehood being spoken. By staying alert to these inconsistencies, you can better gauge whether the person is being truthful. The Stoic way of observing body language is one of curiosity rather than judgment. Approach each conversation with a desire to understand, not to accuse. This mindset not only helps you spot potential lies, but also fosters healthier communication. When you seek to understand the person fully, their body language becomes a tool for deeper connection, rather than a weapon to catch them in a lie. Post-conversation reflection is also a key part of Stoic observation. After a conversation where you suspect dishonesty, take a moment to review the person's body language in your mind. What did you notice? How did their behavior change at key moments? This practice of reflection sharpens your observational skills and prepares you for future interactions. Another valuable tool in reading body language is recognizing when someone is overcompensating. When people lie, they may try too hard to appear natural, resulting in exaggerated gestures or overly controlled movements. This overcompensation can be a clear sign that something is amiss. By staying neutral and observing without bias, you can spot these moments where the person's behavior doesn't match the natural flow of the conversation. The voice, while not strictly body language, often accompanies it and provides additional clues. A person who is lying might speak in a higher pitch than usual, or might clear their throat repeatedly. These vocal cues, combined with body language, offer a fuller picture of the person's emotional state. A Stoic observer listens carefully, noting these shifts in tone as part of the larger tapestry of clues. Ultimately, the goal of reading body language through Stoic observation is not to catch people in lies, but to understand the truth of the situation. Stoicism teaches that truth is revealed through patience, calmness, and careful observation. By applying these principles, you gain the ability to navigate conversations with greater insight, allowing you to respond with wisdom and composure in every situation. Having delved into the intricacies of reading body language to uncover the truth, the next important consideration is understanding why honesty remains the most vital policy, especially from a Stoic perspective. The philosophy of Stoicism deeply values integrity, not only for the external world, but for the internal peace it brings. Honesty is more than just telling the truth. It is a way of life that aligns our words and actions with our highest principles, ensuring that we remain grounded, unshaken by the chaos of deceit. For the Stoic, living in alignment with truth is a form of liberation. When you are honest in all situations, there is no need to fear being exposed or caught in a lie. This freedom creates a calm and steady mind, one that can navigate even the most difficult circumstances without the weight of deception. The burdens of dishonesty, constant worry, fear of discovery, and internal conflict simply vanish when you commit to the truth. Truthfulness provides a solid foundation for relationships, both personal and professional. When honesty forms the bedrock of your interactions, trust naturally follows. Trust is one of the most valuable currencies in human relationships, and once it is broken, it is difficult to rebuild. By practicing honesty in every aspect of your life, you ensure that the trust others place in you remains intact, fostering deeper connections and greater mutual respect. Stoicism teaches that lies disrupt the harmony of the soul. A person who lies creates inner dissonance as their thoughts, words, and actions become misaligned. This dissonance leads to anxiety and restlessness as the mind struggles to reconcile the falsehood with the reality. By choosing honesty, you maintain inner peace, ensuring that your mind remains clear and your conscience clean. There is immense strength in being honest, especially in difficult situations. It may seem easier to lie or withhold the truth to avoid conflict or discomfort, but Stoicism teaches that true strength comes from facing the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. When you choose honesty, even in the face of adversity, you show courage and integrity, values that are central to Stoic philosophy. One of the key reasons why Stoics believe honesty is the best policy is that it cultivates self-respect. When you live truthfully, you honor your principles and stay true to your character. Dishonesty, on the other hand, diminishes your sense of self-worth as you compromise your values for temporary gain. By choosing honesty, you build a strong sense of self, grounded in integrity and virtue. Honesty also fosters clarity in decision-making. When you are truthful with yourself and others, you remove the fog of deception and see situations for what they truly are. This clarity allows you to make better decisions, free from the distortion that dishonesty creates. A Stoic values wisdom, and wisdom cannot thrive in an environment where lies and falsehoods cloud judgment. Choosing honesty allows you to face the consequences of your actions with dignity. Stoicism teaches that we must take responsibility for our choices, whether they lead to success or failure. Lying to avoid consequences may seem like a short-term solution, but it only leads to greater problems in the long run. By being honest, you accept the reality of your situation and deal with it head-on, without the added complications of deceit. In every situation, honesty strengthens your character. Each time you choose truth over lies, you reinforce your commitment to living virtuously. This gradual strengthening of character is what Stoicism encourages, a steady, consistent effort to live according to the highest ideals. Dishonesty, by contrast, weakens your moral fiber, as it teaches you to take the easy way out instead of confronting challenges with integrity. Honesty is also a way of showing respect to others. When you are truthful, You acknowledge the dignity and intelligence of the people around you, allowing them to make informed decisions based on the truth. Lies, however, manipulate and undermine the autonomy of others as they distort reality and lead people to make choices based on falsehoods. By being honest, you show that you value transparency and mutual respect. Stoicism teaches that our external actions reflect our internal state. A person who lies reveals that they are not at peace with themselves, as their words and actions are out of harmony. On the other hand, someone who is committed to honesty demonstrates that they have cultivated inner peace and self-control. Honesty, in this way, becomes a reflection of the Stoics' commitment to living a life of virtue. When you choose honesty, you also invite others to be honest with you. Just as dishonesty breeds distrust, truthfulness creates an environment of openness and transparency. People are more likely to be truthful with someone they know values honesty. This reciprocal nature of honesty strengthens relationships and encourages deeper, more meaningful communication. The Stoics believe that honesty is the best policy because it simplifies life. Lies create complexity, as you must constantly remember what was said to whom, leading to a web of deception that can easily unravel. Honesty, on the other hand, is straightforward and clear. By telling the truth, you eliminate the need for elaborate stories or justifications, allowing you to focus your energy on more important matters. In times of crisis, honesty becomes even more important. When faced with difficult situations, the temptation to lie may grow stronger. However, Stoicism teaches that it is precisely in these moments that we must remain true to our values. By being honest in times of crisis, you show resilience and strength, qualities that inspire others and foster a sense of stability and trust. Honesty also plays a key role in personal growth. By being truthful with yourself, you can accurately assess your strengths and weaknesses, allowing for meaningful self-improvement. Dishonesty, particularly self-deception, prevents growth, as it distorts your perception of reality. Stoicism encourages constant self-reflection, and honesty is the foundation of this practice. When you commit to honesty, you also free yourself from the fear of being exposed. Lies create an underlying anxiety, as there is always the risk of someone discovering the truth. This fear can weigh heavily on the mind, leading to stress and restlessness. Honesty removes this burden, as there is nothing to hide and nothing to fear. A Stoic values peace of mind above all, and honesty is a key component in achieving that peace. Honesty, at its core, is a commitment to reality. Stoicism teaches that we must accept reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. Lies distort reality, creating a false version of the world that ultimately leads to suffering and confusion. By embracing honesty, you align yourself with the truth of the world, allowing you to navigate life with clarity and wisdom. The Stoic approach to honesty is also deeply connected to the concept of justice. Justice, in the Stoic sense, means treating others fairly and with respect. Lying is an injustice, as it takes away the other person's ability to make informed choices based on the truth. By being honest, you uphold the Stoic principle of justice, ensuring that your actions are fair and respectful to all. Another reason Stoics value honesty is that it strengthens resilience. Lies are often used to escape discomfort, but Stoicism teaches that we must face discomfort head-on. By choosing honesty, even when it is difficult, you build emotional resilience as you learn to confront challenges with courage rather than avoidance. This resilience is a key part of living a Stoic life, where virtue is prioritized over ease. Honesty also fosters a sense of authenticity. When you are truthful in all situations, you present yourself as you truly are, without the need for masks or pretense. This authenticity is liberating, as it allows you to live in alignment with your true self, free from the constraints of trying to be someone you're not. Stoicism teaches that living authentically is essential for achieving inner peace and fulfillment. By committing to honesty, you also develop a deeper sense of accountability. When you are truthful, you take responsibility for your actions and words, knowing that they reflect your character. This accountability is crucial for personal growth and development, as it encourages you to continually strive to live up to your highest values. Honesty also fosters humility. Being truthful means acknowledging your mistakes, flaws, and limitations. This humility is central to Stoicism, which teaches that we must accept our imperfections and work towards self-improvement. By being honest about your shortcomings, you open the door to growth and learning, allowing you to become a better version of yourself. Dishonesty, on the other hand, creates a false sense of superiority. When you lie, you are essentially saying that your version of the truth is more important than reality itself. This arrogance is antithetical to Stoicism, which values humility and self-awareness. By being honest, you avoid the trap of arrogance and remain grounded in the truth. Another reason why honesty is the best policy in every situation is that it aligns with the Stoic principle of courage. Telling the truth, especially in difficult circumstances, requires bravery. It takes courage to face the consequences of honesty, but this courage is what builds true strength of character. Stoicism teaches that courage is one of the highest virtues, and honesty is a direct expression of that virtue. In a world where dishonesty is often seen as a shortcut to success, Stoicism reminds us that true success comes from living a virtuous life. Lies may offer temporary advantages, but they come at the cost of your integrity. Honesty, on the other hand, may require more effort, but it leads to a deeper, more meaningful form of success, one that is rooted in self-respect and virtue. Honesty also helps to clear your mind of distractions. Lies, by their very nature, complicate situations and create unnecessary mental clutter. By choosing to live truthfully, you keep your mind clear and focused, allowing you to approach life's challenges with greater clarity and insight. This mental clarity is essential for the Stoic, who seeks to cultivate wisdom through thoughtful reflection. Choosing honesty also strengthens your ability to lead by example. When others see that you are committed to the truth, they are more likely to follow suit. Your honesty becomes a source of inspiration, encouraging those around you to live with greater integrity. In this way, honesty not only benefits you, but also has a ripple effect on the people you interact with. The Stoics believed that honesty is closely tied to the concept of freedom. Lies create entanglements, as you become trapped in a web of deceit that requires constant maintenance. Honesty, on the other hand, offers true freedom, as you are no longer bound by the need to uphold falsehoods. This freedom allows you to live authentically, without fear or anxiety, fully aligned with your values. By being honest, you also build stronger relationships. Trust is the foundation of any meaningful connection, and trust can only exist when there is honesty. Lies erode the foundation of trust, leaving relationships fragile and unstable. By being truthful, you create a strong, unshakable foundation for your relationships, one that fosters mutual respect, understanding, and growth. Honesty also plays a crucial role in achieving self-knowledge. Stoicism teaches that self-awareness is essential for living a virtuous life, and honesty is the key to developing that awareness. When you are truthful with yourself, you gain a clearer understanding of your thoughts, emotions, and motivations. This self-knowledge allows you to make better choices and live in alignment with your true self. Finally, honesty is the best policy in every situation because it brings you closer to the ultimate Stoic goal, living a life of virtue. Stoicism teaches that the highest good is to live in accordance with nature, which means living truthfully and authentically. By committing to honesty, you align yourself with the principles of Stoic philosophy, ensuring that you live a life of integrity, wisdom, and peace. Having established why honesty is a foundational virtue in Stoic philosophy, the next challenge is navigating the emotional complexities that arise when confronted with dishonesty. Lies can sting, creating feelings of betrayal, anger, or disappointment. However, Stoicism offers a profound solution to these emotional reactions: detachment. By mastering emotional detachment, you can protect your peace and deal with liars in a way that preserves your mental and emotional well-being. This isn't about becoming cold or indifferent. It's about cultivating resilience and learning to control how you react to situations beyond your control. When someone lies to you, the first reaction is often emotional. Anger flares up, or perhaps sadness creeps in. These emotions are natural, but can easily overwhelm your judgment if left unchecked. Stoicism teaches that while you can't control the fact that someone has lied, you can always control your reaction. Detachment means recognizing that the lie itself is an external event, something outside your sphere of control. It's only when you let it penetrate your mind and emotions that it gains the power to disrupt your peace. By practicing emotional detachment, you put a space between the lie and your reaction to it. This space is where your power lies. In that pause, you can decide how you want to respond, rather than allowing your emotions to dictate your behavior. Stoicism teaches that you are not obligated to react with hurt or frustration simply because someone has been dishonest. You have the choice to remain composed and detached, ensuring that the lie does not take control of your emotions. Detachment is not about ignoring the lie or pretending it didn't happen. It's about acknowledging the reality of the situation without allowing it to disturb your inner calm. When faced with dishonesty, you can choose to observe the lie for what it is, an action that reflects on the liar, not on you. This mindset shift prevents you from taking the lie personally, which is crucial in maintaining emotional balance. Stoicism encourages the practice of self-reflection when dealing with lies. When someone lies to you, instead of reacting immediately, take a moment to reflect on your emotions. What exactly are you feeling, and why? Is it the lie itself that upsets you, or is it the fear of being hurt or manipulated? By examining your emotional response, you gain greater control over it. Emotional detachment allows you to step outside the immediate sting of the lie and see it from a more objective perspective. When you detach emotionally from the actions of others, you begin to see that their lies are a reflection of their own insecurities or fears. A person who lies often does so out of a desire to protect themselves, avoid conflict, or manipulate a situation to their advantage. While these motivations may not excuse the lie, understanding them helps you respond with greater clarity and compassion. Instead of reacting with anger, you can approach the situation with a level-headed mindset, focused on maintaining your own peace. In dealing with liars, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on what you can control. You can't control whether someone lies, but you can control how you interpret the lie and how you let it affect you. Emotional detachment empowers you to remain unaffected by the dishonesty of others, refusing to let their actions dictate your emotional state. This sense of control brings a deep sense of freedom, as you are no longer a victim of someone else's deception. When someone lies to you, it's easy to fall into a cycle of overthinking. You may replay the lie in your mind, wondering why they did it or how you could have prevented it. Stoicism teaches that this kind of rumination is counterproductive. Emotional detachment helps you break free from this cycle by reminding you that what's done is done. The lie has already been told, and no amount of overthinking will change that fact. By accepting this reality, you can move forward without dwelling on the past. Another key aspect of emotional detachment is learning to let go of the need for justice or retribution. When you've been lied to, there may be a strong urge to confront the person or expose their dishonesty. While there are times when addressing the lie is necessary, Stoicism teaches that constantly seeking to punish or expose others only drains your energy. Instead, detachment allows you to focus on your own peace of mind, recognizing that you don't need to right every wrong or confront every deception. Detaching emotionally from the lies of others also protects your mental health. Lies, especially when they come from someone close to you, can trigger feelings of betrayal and distrust. Without emotional detachment, these feelings can fester and lead to anxiety, resentment, or even depression. Stoicism offers a way to protect yourself from this emotional spiral by encouraging you to separate your emotional state from the actions of others. Their dishonesty does not have to become your burden. Through emotional detachment, you cultivate resilience. Life will always bring challenges, including the lies and deceit of others. Stoicism teaches that resilience is built not by avoiding these challenges, but by learning how to navigate them with grace. By detaching from the emotional impact of lies, you become stronger, more capable of facing dishonesty without losing your sense of peace or balance. Detachment doesn't mean that you become passive or indifferent to dishonesty. It means that you approach the situation with wisdom and clarity, choosing your response carefully rather than reacting impulsively. This controlled response ensures that you remain in charge of your emotions and actions, even when faced with dishonesty. By doing so, you protect your integrity and demonstrate the strength that Stoicism values so highly. One of the greatest benefits of emotional detachment is that it allows you to maintain perspective. When someone lies to you, it can feel like a personal attack, but Stoicism teaches that it's rarely as significant as it seems in the moment. By stepping back and looking at the bigger picture, you realize that the lie is just one small event in the larger context of your life. This broader perspective helps you avoid overreacting and keeps you grounded. Emotional detachment also fosters compassion. When you detach from your own hurt, you can better understand the pain or fear that may have driven the other person to lie. This doesn't mean excusing the lie, but it does mean responding with empathy rather than anger. By approaching the situation with compassion, you maintain your own peace while offering the other person a chance to reflect on their actions without escalating the conflict. Another aspect of Stoic detachment is recognizing that lies often reveal more about the person telling them than about you. A liar's actions are a reflection of their character, not yours. By emotionally detaching from their dishonesty, you prevent their actions from affecting your sense of self-worth. You are not defined by how others treat you, but by how you choose to respond. This realization allows you to remain confident and centered, even when others are dishonest. When you detach from the emotional impact of lies, you also free yourself from the need for validation. Lies can shake your confidence, especially if they lead you to question your own judgment or value. But Stoicism teaches that your worth is not dependent on external validation. Emotional detachment helps you stay connected to your inner sense of self, ensuring that the lies of others do not erode your confidence or self-esteem. Through detachment, you also learn to accept that dishonesty is a part of life. Stoicism teaches that we must accept reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. People will lie. It's an unfortunate truth. By accepting this reality, you can prepare yourself to deal with it when it arises, without being caught off guard or emotionally destabilized. This acceptance allows you to approach life's challenges, including dishonesty, with a calm and steady mind. One of the most powerful tools for emotional detachment is mindfulness. By staying present and grounded in the moment, you can observe your emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them. When someone lies to you, mindfulness allows you to notice your emotional response without letting it take control. This practice, deeply rooted in Stoicism, helps you stay calm and composed, even when faced with dishonesty. Detachment also enables you to maintain healthy boundaries. When someone lies to you repeatedly, it's important to protect yourself by setting clear boundaries. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control others, we can control how we allow them to affect us. Emotional detachment gives you the strength to enforce boundaries without guilt or anger, ensuring that you prioritize your well-being while still treating others with respect. Another important element of emotional detachment is the ability to forgive. When someone lies to you, holding on to anger or resentment only harms you. Forgiveness, in the Stoic sense, is not about condoning the lie, but about releasing the emotional hold it has on you. By detaching from the hurt caused by dishonesty, you free yourself from the negative emotions that can weigh you down, allowing you to move forward with a lighter heart. Emotional detachment also protects you from the temptation to engage in dishonesty yourself. When you are hurt by someone's lies, it's easy to justify lying in return, whether to protect yourself or to retaliate. But Stoicism teaches that we must always act in accordance with our values, regardless of how others behave. By detaching from the emotional sting of dishonesty, you maintain your commitment to honesty and integrity, refusing to let others' actions dictate your own. When you detach emotionally from lies, you also gain the ability to see situations more clearly. Lies can cloud your judgment, especially if you are emotionally invested in the person or situation. By stepping back and removing your emotional attachment, you can assess the situation with greater objectivity, allowing you to make decisions based on reason rather than emotion. Another benefit of emotional detachment is that it prevents lies from damaging your relationships unnecessarily. When someone lies to you, the immediate emotional reaction might be to distance yourself or cut them off completely. But Stoicism teaches that we should respond with thoughtfulness rather than impulsiveness. Detachment allows you to assess whether the lie is a reflection of a deeper issue in the relationship or simply a mistake that can be forgiven. This thoughtful approach helps you preserve important relationships while maintaining your own peace. When dealing with liars, detachment also helps you avoid getting drawn into unnecessary drama. Lies often come with complications, denials, cover-ups, and shifting stories that can create a whirlwind of confusion and frustration. By remaining emotionally detached, you can avoid getting caught up in this drama. Instead, you stay grounded in your own sense of truth and refuse to be pulled into the chaos that dishonesty often creates. Detaching emotionally from lies also allows you to focus on what truly matters. Lies can be distracting, pulling your attention away from your goals and priorities. Stoicism teaches that we must keep our focus on what is essential, and emotional detachment helps you do just that. By refusing to let dishonesty consume your thoughts or energy, you remain focused on living a virtuous and purposeful life. Emotional detachment is also a form of self-care. When you detach from the emotional impact of lies, you protect your mental and emotional well-being. Stoicism teaches that peace of mind is one of the highest goods, and detachment allows you to maintain that peace even in the face of dishonesty. By caring for your own emotional health, you become more resilient and better equipped to handle life's challenges. Through emotional detachment, you also develop greater self-control. Lies can trigger strong emotional responses, but Stoicism teaches that self-control is essential for living a virtuous life. By practicing detachment, you strengthen your ability to control your reactions, ensuring that you respond to dishonesty with wisdom rather than impulsivity. This self-control not only protects your peace, but also strengthens your character. Detachment also fosters patience. When someone lies to you, the temptation might be to confront them immediately or demand the truth. But Stoicism teaches that patience is a virtue. Emotional detachment allows you to wait, observing the situation and allowing the truth to reveal itself in time. This patience ensures that you don't act rashly and that you handle the situation with the calm and composure of a Stoic. When you detach emotionally from lies, you also free yourself from the need for validation. Lies can shake your confidence, especially if they lead you to question your own judgment. But Stoicism teaches that your sense of self-worth should not be dependent on external events. Emotional detachment helps you stay connected to your inner sense of self, ensuring that the lies of others do not erode your confidence or self-esteem. By practicing emotional detachment, you also become more resilient in the face of future challenges. Life is full of uncertainties and difficulties, including the dishonesty of others. Stoicism teaches that resilience is built by facing these challenges with grace and wisdom. Each time you detach from the emotional impact of lies, you strengthen your ability to remain calm and composed, no matter what life throws your way. Ultimately, emotional detachment allows you to live in accordance with the Stoic principle of inner peace. Lies and deceit are part of the human experience, but they do not have to disturb your tranquility. By detaching from the emotional impact of dishonesty, you maintain control over your own mind and emotions, ensuring that you live a life of peace, resilience, and virtue, no matter what others may do. Having developed the practice of emotional detachment to deal with liars, the next step is learning how to remain rational when confronted with deception. Lies often trigger strong emotional responses: anger, betrayal, confusion. But Stoicism reminds us that to navigate deception effectively, we must keep our minds clear and grounded in reason. This is not about suppressing emotions, but about letting reason lead your actions. When faced with dishonesty, staying rational is your greatest tool for making thoughtful decisions and maintaining your peace. When deception occurs, it's easy for the mind to spin out of control, imagining worst-case scenarios or dwelling on feelings of betrayal. Stoicism teaches that these mental spirals are not grounded in reality. They are stories we create in response to a lie. Rationality brings us back to the truth of the moment, reminding us to focus on what is real rather than on what we fear or speculate. It is through this commitment to reason that we prevent ourselves from being swept away by deception. Staying rational begins with acknowledging that deception is part of human nature. People lie for various reasons: fear, insecurity, desire for control. And while these reasons may not justify the lie, understanding them helps you respond calmly. A rational mind seeks to understand the root of the problem rather than reacting purely to the surface emotion. By focusing on the motivations behind the lie, you gain clarity and can approach the situation with a level head. Reason also helps you avoid falling into the trap of personalizing the lie. When someone deceives you, it's tempting to take it as a personal attack. But Stoicism teaches that most lies are not about you. They are a reflection of the liar's own struggles. Keeping this perspective allows you to maintain rationality. By detaching from the idea that the lie is a reflection of your worth, you can evaluate the situation with logic rather than emotion. A core Stoic principle is to distinguish between what is within your control and what is not. Lies fall into the category of things you cannot control. You cannot prevent someone from deceiving you, but you can control your response. Rationality allows you to focus on your own actions, asking yourself, how do I want to respond to this situation? What is the best course of action that aligns with my values? This focus on what is within your control helps you stay centered when confronted with deception. In the face of dishonesty, your mind may race, trying to make sense of what's happening. This can lead to overthinking and unnecessary stress. Stoicism teaches that reason simplifies things. By focusing on the facts of the situation rather than letting your emotions spiral, you can reduce the complexity and focus on what truly matters. A rational mind cuts through the confusion, allowing you to see the situation clearly and respond with wisdom. Deception often stirs a desire for immediate action, whether it's confronting the liar or seeking retribution. But Stoicism teaches the value of patience. A rational response is rarely impulsive. When faced with deception, pause. Give yourself time to think before reacting. This pause allows you to assess the situation from multiple angles, ensuring that your response is thoughtful and aligned with your values. Patience is a key aspect of rational decision-making. When you remain rational, you are less likely to engage in destructive behaviors that often arise from emotional reactions to lies. Anger, accusations, and impulsive decisions rarely lead to positive outcomes. Rationality, on the other hand, allows you to step back, analyze the situation, and choose a course of action that is constructive rather than harmful. This level-headed approach is central to Stoicism's emphasis on living virtuously. It's important to recognize that deception can distort your perception of reality. Lies create a false narrative, and if you're not careful, you can get caught up in that distortion. Stoicism teaches that reason brings you back to what is true. By focusing on the facts and staying grounded in reality, you prevent the lie from leading you down a path of confusion or misunderstanding. Rational thinking helps you see through the illusion created by deception. A key part of staying rational is questioning your assumptions. When someone lies to you, it's easy to jump to conclusions about their motives or intentions. But Stoicism teaches that we should approach situations with curiosity rather than assumption. Ask yourself, do I really know why this person lied? Is my reaction based on facts or on assumptions I've made? By questioning your own thoughts, you ensure that your response is rooted in reason rather than emotion. Stoicism also encourages us to focus on long-term outcomes rather than short-term reactions. When faced with deception, ask yourself, how will my response affect the situation in the future? Rational thinking helps you look beyond the immediate sting of the lie and consider the broader consequences of your actions. By staying focused on the bigger picture, you avoid making rash decisions that could have negative long-term effects. Another way Stoicism helps you stay rational is by encouraging self-reflection. When you are confronted with a lie, take a moment to reflect on your own emotional state. What are you feeling, and why? By understanding your emotions, you can prevent them from clouding your judgment. Rationality is not about denying your feelings. It's about acknowledging them and then choosing to act based on reason rather than letting emotions dictate your behavior. Stoicism also teaches that reason requires effort. It's easy to react emotionally when someone deceives you, but it takes discipline to stay calm and rational. This discipline is something you can cultivate through practice. Each time you face deception and choose to respond with reason, you strengthen your ability to remain rational in future situations. This practice of rationality is central to living a Stoic life. In dealing with deception, it's important to remember that reason leads to better communication. When you respond emotionally, you may escalate the conflict or create misunderstandings. But when you stay rational, you can communicate more clearly and effectively. By focusing on the facts and expressing your thoughts calmly, you increase the likelihood of resolving the situation constructively. Rationality also helps you maintain your integrity. When faced with a lie, there may be a temptation to lie in return or to engage in manipulative behavior to get back at the deceiver. But Stoicism teaches that we must remain true to our values, regardless of how others behave. By staying rational, you ensure that your actions are aligned with your principles, even in the face of dishonesty. This commitment to integrity is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. A rational approach to deception also involves setting clear boundaries. When someone lies to you, it's important to protect yourself from further harm. Stoicism teaches that setting boundaries is a rational way to maintain your well-being. This doesn't mean reacting with anger or shutting people out. It means calmly and clearly stating what you will and will not tolerate. Rational boundary setting ensures that you protect your peace while still treating others with respect. Stoicism encourages us to approach life with a sense of curiosity rather than judgment. When someone deceives you, it's easy to label them as dishonest or untrustworthy, but a rational mind seeks to understand rather than judge. Why did this person feel the need to lie? What pressures or fears may have driven their behavior? By approaching deception with curiosity, you gain a deeper understanding of human nature, which allows you to respond with compassion rather than condemnation. A key benefit of rational thinking is that it reduces stress. Lies can create tension and anxiety, but when you approach the situation rationally, you prevent those emotions from taking over. Rationality helps you focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't, which leads to a greater sense of peace and balance. Stoicism teaches that inner peace is the result of aligning your actions with reason, even in the face of deception. Stoicism also reminds us that rationality is a form of strength. When someone deceives you, it's easy to feel powerless or vulnerable, but by staying rational, you reclaim your power. You are no longer reacting to the lie, you are choosing how to respond. This sense of control is empowering and allows you to navigate the situation from a place of strength rather than weakness. A rational mind is also more adaptable. When faced with deception, circumstances can change rapidly, and emotional reactions may limit your ability to adapt to these changes. Stoicism teaches that flexibility and adaptability are essential for navigating life's challenges. Rational thinking allows you to assess new information as it arises, adjust your approach, and respond in a way that best serves your long-term goals. Stoicism encourages us to view challenges, including deception, as opportunities for growth. Each time you are confronted with a lie and choose to respond rationally, you strengthen your character and build resilience. Deception, while unpleasant, can become a chance to practice the Stoic virtues of patience, wisdom, and self-control. By viewing deception through this lens, you transform it from a negative experience into a valuable lesson. Remaining rational when faced with deception also helps you avoid becoming consumed by anger or bitterness. Lies can hurt, but when you allow those emotions to take over, they begin to control you. Stoicism teaches that rationality frees you from this emotional control, allowing you to process the situation without being overwhelmed by negative feelings. This freedom is essential for maintaining your peace of mind and emotional well-being. Another aspect of staying rational is recognizing that deception often reveals important truths about the people around you. While a lie itself is a falsehood, the act of lying can provide insight into the character and motivations of the person who deceived you. By approaching the situation rationally, you can use this information to make better decisions about how you interact with that person in the future. Rational thinking also helps you avoid making the situation worse. When you react emotionally to deception, you may say or do things that escalate the conflict or cause additional harm. But when you approach the situation with a calm and rational mindset, you reduce the likelihood of creating further problems. This thoughtful approach ensures that you handle the situation with care and avoid unnecessary damage. One of the most valuable tools Stoicism offers is the ability to detach from outcomes. When someone lies to you, you may feel a strong desire to uncover the truth or to force the person to admit their dishonesty. But Stoicism teaches that we must let go of our attachment to specific outcomes. Rational thinking allows you to focus on what you can do in the moment, without becoming fixated on controlling the result. This detachment frees you from the frustration of unmet expectations. Staying rational also allows you to approach the situation with humility. It's easy to feel morally superior when someone deceives you, but Stoicism reminds us that we are all capable of making mistakes. By staying humble and recognizing your own imperfections, you can respond to the deception with empathy rather than arrogance. This humility fosters healthier relationships and encourages more honest communication in the future. When you remain rational, you also cultivate a greater sense of self-awareness. Deception can trigger deep-seated fears or insecurities, and if you're not careful, these emotions can cloud your judgment. Stoicism teaches that self-awareness is key to understanding why you react the way you do. By examining your own thoughts and emotions, you can identify any underlying issues and prevent them from influencing your response to the lie. A rational approach to deception also involves seeking clarity. Lies create confusion, and it's important to address that confusion directly. Ask questions, gather facts, and seek to understand the full context of the situation before making decisions. This focus on clarity ensures that you are acting based on accurate information rather than assumptions or incomplete knowledge. Stoicism encourages us to view every situation as an opportunity to practice virtue. When faced with deception, the virtue of rationality becomes your guide. By choosing reason over emotion, you ensure that your actions align with your values and that you navigate the situation with wisdom and integrity. Each challenge, including lies, becomes a chance to grow stronger in your practice of Stoic principles. Rational thinking also protects you from falling into the trap of cynicism. When confronted with deception, it's easy to become jaded and lose faith in others. But Stoicism teaches that we should not allow the actions of others to dictate our worldview. By staying rational, you can maintain a balanced perspective, recognizing that while some people may deceive you, others are trustworthy. This balanced view allows you to remain open and connected to others without becoming cynical. A rational response to deception also involves knowing when to let go. Stoicism teaches that not every battle is worth fighting. Sometimes the best course of action is to simply accept the deception, learn from it, and move on. Rational thinking helps you assess whether pursuing the truth or seeking confrontation is truly in your best interest. Letting go doesn't mean accepting the lie. It means prioritizing your peace and well-being over the need to be right. When you stay rational, you also become more open to forgiveness. Stoicism teaches that holding on to anger or resentment only harms you. Rationality helps you see the bigger picture, recognizing that people are flawed and that everyone at times falls short of their ideals. Forgiveness, in this context, is not about excusing the lie, but about freeing yourself from the emotional burden it creates. Through rational thinking, you also strengthen your ability to trust your own judgment. Lies can make you question your instincts or second-guess your decisions. But Stoicism reminds us that rationality leads to clarity. By staying grounded in reason, you can evaluate the situation calmly and trust your ability to navigate it wisely. This trust in your own judgment is essential for maintaining confidence and self-assurance in the face of deception. Finally, rationality helps you maintain hope. Stoicism teaches that no matter how challenging a situation may be, there is always an opportunity for growth and learning. When you approach deception with a rational mindset, you can find lessons in the experience that will help you in the future. This sense of hope and optimism is key to living a Stoic life, where every challenge, including deception, becomes a stepping stone toward greater wisdom and resilience. Having explored how Stoicism guides us in staying rational when faced with deception, the next natural step is understanding the subtle clues that reveal when someone is lying. Stoics value observation and mindfulness, which allow them to perceive details that often go unnoticed. The truth can be hidden behind carefully chosen words, but the body, voice, and behavior often betray what the mouth tries to conceal. With calm, detached awareness, you can pick up on these signs, helping you navigate deception without becoming entangled in emotion. When someone is lying, one of the most telling clues is a change in their behavior. People often display physical or verbal inconsistencies when they are not being truthful. A Stoic observer focuses on these shifts, noticing how the person's usual demeanor changes. These inconsistencies may be subtle, such as a slight hesitation before answering a question or a sudden shift in tone. By maintaining emotional detachment, you are better equipped to notice these small but significant differences. Liars may try to overcompensate by controlling their expressions and body language too rigidly. A person who is being dishonest might force themselves to maintain too much eye contact, or they may keep their body unnaturally still, trying not to give anything away. The Stoic, who remains calm and composed, can observe this heightened control as a potential sign of deception. Authentic behavior tends to flow naturally, while lies often create a stiffness that betrays the truth. Another clue to look for is how the person speaks. When lying, people often add unnecessary details to make their story seem more convincing. This excessive elaboration is a way of compensating for the falsehood, as they fear their lie will be questioned. A Stoic, with a focus on simplicity and clarity, can detect when the person's words are too complex for the situation. The more someone feels the need to explain beyond what is necessary, the more likely it is that they are hiding something. Liars often show signs of nervousness, even if they are trying hard to appear calm. Small gestures like fidgeting, touching their face, or shifting in their seat can reveal their discomfort. The Stoic approach involves observing without judgment, taking note of these physical signs of anxiety. By remaining emotionally detached, you avoid jumping to conclusions based on these clues, instead allowing the full picture to emerge over time. Pauses in speech or sudden changes in pace can also be indicators of deception. When someone lies, they often need to pause to think about their story or adjust their words to fit the false narrative they are creating. A Stoic, trained in patience and careful observation, listens to the rhythm of the conversation, noting when these breaks occur. These pauses may seem small, but they can reveal the internal struggle of someone trying to maintain a lie. Another subtle clue that someone is lying is the way they handle questions. A person who is being truthful usually answers questions directly, without hesitation. However, a liar might deflect or respond with another question, trying to avoid giving a straight answer. Stoicism teaches the importance of clear communication, so when someone avoids direct answers, it raises a red flag for the mindful observer. This evasiveness is a classic sign of dishonesty. In addition to verbal cues, the eyes often reveal more than words. While someone may be able to control their speech, the eyes can be more difficult to manage. Frequent blinking, looking away, or shifting eye contact can indicate that a person is uncomfortable with what they are saying. The Stoic pays attention to these small, involuntary actions, understanding that they may be the body's natural reaction to deception. A change in tone of voice is another subtle yet important clue. When someone lies, their voice may become higher pitched, or they might speak more quietly than usual. This change in vocal tone is often a result of the stress that comes with lying. A Stoic remains calm, noting these shifts in tone without reacting emotionally. This allows you to stay focused on the conversation and detect the underlying discomfort that may indicate a lie. Stoicism teaches that it is essential to remain patient and not rush to conclusions. Lies often unravel over time as inconsistencies build up. By staying calm and paying attention to the details, you give yourself the opportunity to notice these small contradictions. A story that changes slightly each time it is told, or facts that don't quite align, are signs that someone may not be telling the whole truth. The Stoic observer allows these discrepancies to emerge naturally without pushing or forcing the issue. Body posture can also provide subtle clues. Someone who is lying might unconsciously distance themselves from the person they are deceiving. This can be as simple as leaning back slightly or turning their body away. These small movements can indicate a desire to escape the discomfort of the lie. A Stoic, with a keen sense of awareness, notices these physical shifts, understanding that they often reveal more than the person's words. Another aspect to consider is how a person reacts to being confronted with the truth. When someone is lying, they may become defensive or overly adamant about their honesty. They might overreact to a simple question or become angry when challenged. Stoicism teaches the importance of staying calm in these situations, allowing you to observe the person's reaction without becoming emotionally involved. A strong defensive response can often be a sign that the person is hiding something. The use of distancing language is another subtle clue. When someone lies, they may unconsciously try to separate themselves from the falsehood. They might avoid using personal pronouns like I or me, instead referring to themselves in a more detached way. This linguistic distancing is a subconscious attempt to disassociate from the lie. A Stoic observer listens carefully to the choice of words, recognizing that the language someone uses can reveal their discomfort with the truth. People who lie may also repeat themselves unnecessarily. Repetition is often a way for the liar to reinforce their story, as they fear it might not be convincing enough. Stoicism values concise and truthful communication, so when someone repeats the same details multiple times, it may indicate that they are trying too hard to make you believe their words. The Stoic takes note of this, understanding that repetition can be a subtle sign of insecurity or dishonesty. Another clue to consider is how someone behaves after the lie has been told. Liars often exhibit signs of relief once they believe their deception has been accepted. This relief can manifest as a sudden change in their demeanor, such as becoming more relaxed or shifting the conversation away from the topic. A Stoic, remaining alert and observant, notices this shift in behavior and understands that it may be the body's way of releasing the tension that comes with lying. Inconsistencies in the details are also a common indicator of deception. When someone lies, it's difficult to keep track of all the fabricated information, and small details may change each time the story is told. The Stoic mind, focused on clarity and consistency, picks up on these changes, recognizing that they may point to a lack of truthfulness. By calmly observing these discrepancies, you allow the truth to reveal itself without needing to force a confrontation. A liar may also show signs of guilt, even if they are trying to hide it. This guilt can manifest in subtle ways, such as avoiding physical contact, looking down, or showing signs of discomfort when discussing the lie. Stoicism teaches that guilt is a natural emotional response to dishonesty, and a Stoic observer who remains emotionally detached can identify these signs without reacting harshly. Guilt often betrays a person's true feelings, even when their words suggest otherwise. Another subtle clue that someone is lying is their reluctance to provide specific information. Liars often avoid giving precise details because they fear being caught in their falsehood. A Stoic, who values clear and straightforward communication, notices when someone is vague or evasive. This reluctance to provide specifics can be a sign that the person is trying to avoid revealing the truth. The way someone handles silence can also reveal their dishonesty. People who are telling the truth are usually comfortable with pauses in conversation, as they have nothing to hide. However, a liar may feel the need to fill every silence, fearing that the pause will expose their deception. Stoicism teaches the value of silence and listening, and a Stoic observer is attuned to the discomfort a liar may exhibit when faced with a moment of quiet. Liars may also exhibit what is known as leakage, small, involuntary behaviors that betray their true emotions. These can include micro-expressions, such as a fleeting look of fear or guilt, or body movements that contradict their words. A Stoic, practiced in mindfulness and observation, pays attention to these subtle leaks, understanding that they are often more truthful than the person's verbal statements. These brief, unconscious actions can provide valuable insight into the person's real feelings. Another clue that someone may be lying is their attempt to shift blame or redirect the conversation. When confronted with a difficult question, a liar might try to deflect attention away from themselves by blaming someone else or changing the subject. Stoicism teaches the importance of staying focused and not getting distracted by these tactics. By calmly steering the conversation back to the original question, you can keep the person accountable and observe their reaction to being pressed for the truth. Liars may also show signs of emotional incongruence. This means that their words and their emotions don't quite match. For example, they may smile while delivering bad news or express concern without showing any real emotion in their face or voice. A Stoic, who values authenticity and emotional clarity, can detect these mismatches, understanding that they often indicate insincerity. When someone's emotions and words don't align, it's a sign that something may be off. Another subtle sign that someone is lying is when they display signs of relief after telling the lie. Once the falsehood has been spoken, the liar may visibly relax, as they feel they've successfully deceived you. This sudden shift in behavior, from tension to relaxation, is a clue that they were under stress while lying. A Stoic, practiced in reading body language, can detect this change and recognize it as a sign of deception. Liars often find it difficult to maintain their story consistently over time. As more questions are asked, or as time passes, they may contradict themselves or forget important details. A Stoic, who is focused on patience and careful observation, allows these contradictions to emerge naturally. By staying calm and letting the conversation unfold, you give the liar enough space to reveal their inconsistencies, which can eventually expose the truth. People who are lying may also engage in self-soothing behaviors, such as rubbing their hands together, touching their face, or playing with an object. These actions are often unconscious attempts to calm themselves during the stressful act of lying. Stoicism teaches us to observe without judgment, and by paying attention to these self-soothing behaviors, you can detect the internal discomfort that comes with dishonesty. Another clue is how someone reacts when they believe they've been caught in a lie. A person who is telling the truth will usually be open to further discussion and clarification. However, a liar may become defensive or try to shut down the conversation. Stoicism teaches that remaining calm and composed in these moments allows you to observe the person's reaction without escalating the situation. A defensive response is often a sign that the person is trying to protect their lie from being uncovered. The face can often give away more than words ever will. Micro-expressions, brief, involuntary facial expressions that last only a fraction of a second, can reveal a person's true feelings, even when they're trying to hide them. These fleeting expressions of fear, guilt, or discomfort can be telling indicators of deception. A Stoic, trained in mindfulness and focused observation, can catch these subtle facial cues, understanding that the truth often lies in the details that pass by unnoticed. Another aspect of lying that Stoics observe is how people react to being questioned about their story. Liars often become more rigid or tense when pressed for more details, as they struggle to maintain their fabricated narrative. Stoicism teaches the importance of staying calm and allowing the liar to speak, as this tension often builds over time, making it harder for them to keep up the lie. By staying patient, you give them the opportunity to reveal their discomfort through their body language. Finally, one of the most telling clues that someone is lying is their inability to maintain emotional consistency. When someone is being truthful, their emotions, words, and actions are usually aligned. However, a liar often struggles to keep their emotions in check, leading to fluctuations in mood or behavior that don't match the situation. A Stoic, grounded in emotional detachment, observes these inconsistencies without becoming involved, recognizing that they are often the clearest indicators of dishonesty. Through calm, mindful observation, the Stoic can uncover the truth hidden behind the lie while maintaining their own peace of mind. Having explored the subtle clues that someone is lying, we now turn to an even deeper Stoic principle: the avoidance of confrontation with liars and the focus on maintaining inner peace. Stoicism teaches that while lies can disrupt and hurt, engaging in conflict over them often does more harm than good. The Stoic approach is one of calm restraint, valuing inner tranquility over external battles. Confronting a liar may seem like the righteous path, but Stoics understand that peace of mind is far more valuable than the temporary satisfaction of exposing deception. When faced with lies, the immediate reaction is often to confront the person, to force the truth into the open. Yet Stoics understand that confrontation often leads to greater tension and unnecessary conflict. Instead of solving the problem, it can escalate emotions, creating resentment and further deceit. A Stoic chooses to preserve their own serenity, recognizing that confrontation rarely leads to a lasting resolution. Focusing on inner peace allows you to navigate the situation with clarity, rather than getting drawn into a cycle of anger and accusation. Confronting a liar also often shifts your focus outward, placing all your energy on the other person's actions. Stoicism, however, emphasizes looking inward. You cannot control what others do, whether they lie or speak the truth, but you can control how you respond. By avoiding confrontation, you keep your attention on what is within your control, your own thoughts, actions, and emotions. This focus on the self is at the core of Stoic philosophy, ensuring that your peace is never dependent on the behavior of others. The act of confronting someone who has lied also invites more dishonesty. When people are pushed into a corner, they are likely to defend their lie with even more falsehoods. This cycle of deception only deepens the divide between you and the other person. Stoicism teaches that it is better to let go of the need to force a confession and instead focus on preserving your own peace. When you stop demanding the truth from others, you free yourself from the frustration that comes with trying to control their actions. Stoics understand that confrontation often triggers emotional reactions, not only in the person being confronted, but also in the person doing the confronting. Anger, frustration, and disappointment can easily cloud your judgment and lead to rash decisions. By choosing not to confront, you maintain emotional stability and prevent yourself from being swept up in the storm of emotions that conflict creates. This emotional detachment is key to preserving inner peace and clarity. Another reason Stoics avoid confrontation with liars is the understanding that everyone acts according to their nature. People lie for a multitude of reasons: fear, insecurity, selfishness. While these reasons may not justify the lie, confronting them doesn't change the underlying motivations. A Stoic accepts that people are flawed and that their actions often reflect their own inner turmoil. By avoiding confrontation, you acknowledge this reality without letting it disturb your peace. Confronting a liar can also be a drain on your energy. The time and effort spent trying to get someone to admit their dishonesty could be better used to focus on more meaningful pursuits. Stoicism teaches the value of conserving your energy for what truly matters: your own growth, your relationships, and your peace of mind. When you avoid unnecessary confrontations, you free yourself to invest in these areas, ensuring that your energy is spent wisely. By avoiding confrontation, you also prevent further damage to the relationship. While a lie may strain trust, an aggressive confrontation can break it entirely. Stoicism teaches that relationships are delicate and that maintaining harmony often requires letting go of the need to be right. By focusing on your own peace, you allow the relationship to heal naturally, without forcing a confrontation that might lead to irreparable harm. A Stoic recognizes that confrontation often stems from ego. When we feel wronged, our ego demands that the other person admit their fault. Yet Stoicism teaches that the ego is a source of suffering. The need for validation, for someone to confess to their lie, is rooted in a desire to be acknowledged as right. By letting go of this need, you free yourself from the burdens of ego and focus instead on what truly matters: your inner calm and the alignment of your actions with your values. Another reason Stoics avoid confrontation is the understanding that truth has a way of revealing itself in time. Lies are often temporary, while the truth endures. A Stoic trusts that, in most cases, the truth will eventually come to light without the need for aggressive confrontation. By remaining patient and composed, you allow the natural course of events to unfold, ensuring that your peace is not disrupted by the urgency of forcing the truth. Stoics believe that peace of mind is far more valuable than proving someone wrong. Confronting a liar may give you a momentary sense of satisfaction, but it often leaves lingering resentment and conflict. By focusing on your own peace, you avoid the negative emotions that arise from confrontation. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in remaining calm and composed, even when faced with dishonesty. This strength allows you to rise above the situation without becoming entangled in the drama of confrontation. In many cases, confronting a liar does not lead to the desired outcome. Instead of confessing, the person may become defensive, deny the lie, or even escalate the situation with more dishonesty. Stoicism teaches that we should not waste our time and energy on efforts that are unlikely to succeed. By avoiding confrontation, you accept the reality of the situation without becoming fixated on changing the other person's behavior. This acceptance is key to maintaining your inner balance. A Stoic approach to dealing with liars involves shifting the focus from external events to internal growth. Instead of fixating on the lie and the person who told it, Stoicism encourages you to use the experience as an opportunity for self-reflection. What can you learn from this situation? How can you strengthen your own character in response to it? By focusing on your own development, you turn the experience of being lied to into a tool for personal growth rather than a source of conflict. When you avoid confrontation, you also practice forgiveness, a core Stoic value. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning the lie, but it does mean letting go of the anger and resentment that can weigh you down. By focusing on your own peace, you release the emotional burden of holding a grudge. This act of forgiveness allows you to move forward without carrying the negative energy of the lie with you, ensuring that your peace remains intact. Another reason Stoics avoid confrontation with liars is that they recognize the futility of trying to change others. Stoicism teaches that you cannot control other people's actions. You can only control your own. Confronting someone in the hope that they will change is often a fruitless endeavor. Instead, a Stoic focuses on controlling their own response, ensuring that they remain true to their values without becoming entangled in the actions of others. Avoiding confrontation also allows you to maintain dignity and self-respect. When you engage in conflict with a liar, you risk lowering yourself to their level, getting caught up in the same deceptive and manipulative behavior. Stoicism teaches that it is far better to walk away with your integrity intact than to win an argument at the cost of your peace. By choosing not to confront, you uphold your values and maintain a sense of dignity that cannot be shaken by the actions of others. When you focus on your own peace instead of confronting liars, you also strengthen your ability to remain detached from external events. Stoicism teaches that we should not allow the actions of others to disturb our inner tranquility. By avoiding confrontation, you practice emotional detachment, ensuring that your peace is not dependent on whether or not someone tells the truth. This detachment is key to living a life of inner calm and resilience. Stoics understand that confrontation often fuels the very behavior you are trying to avoid. When someone is confronted about a lie, they may feel attacked and respond with more dishonesty or defensiveness. By avoiding confrontation, you remove the tension that fuels this cycle, allowing the situation to resolve itself more peacefully. This approach ensures that you remain in control of your own emotions rather than allowing the lie to dictate your response. Focusing on your own peace also allows you to see the bigger picture. While a lie may feel significant in the moment, Stoicism teaches that most events are not as important as they seem. By avoiding confrontation, you prevent yourself from getting caught up in the drama of the situation. Instead, you maintain a broader perspective, recognizing that your inner peace is far more valuable than engaging in a conflict that will likely be forgotten in time. Avoiding confrontation also helps you cultivate patience. Stoicism teaches that time often reveals the truth, and rushing to confront someone can disrupt the natural flow of events. By remaining patient, you give the situation space to evolve, trusting that the truth will come to light when the time is right. This patience allows you to navigate the situation with calm and clarity, ensuring that your peace remains undisturbed. Another reason Stoics avoid confrontation is that they recognize the impermanence of external events. Lies, like all things, are temporary. By focusing on your own peace, you avoid getting caught up in the fleeting nature of deception. Stoicism teaches that what truly matters is the cultivation of inner virtues, calm, patience, and wisdom. When you prioritize these qualities over external conflicts, you ensure that your peace is not shaken by the temporary disturbances caused by dishonesty. A Stoic approach to dealing with liars also involves practicing empathy. By avoiding confrontation, you allow yourself to consider the reasons behind the lie. While the lie may have hurt you, Stoicism teaches that people often act out of fear, insecurity, or ignorance. By approaching the situation with empathy rather than anger, you maintain your peace and cultivate compassion for the person who lied. This compassionate perspective allows you to navigate the situation with wisdom and understanding. Avoiding confrontation also protects your mental health. Engaging in conflict, especially over a lie, can lead to stress, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion. Stoicism teaches that peace of mind is the highest good, and protecting that peace should be your priority. By choosing not to confront, you shield yourself from the emotional turmoil that often accompanies conflict, ensuring that your mental and emotional well-being remains intact. When you focus on your own peace instead of confronting a liar, you also set a powerful example for others. Stoicism teaches that the way we respond to challenges can inspire those around us. By remaining calm and composed in the face of dishonesty, you demonstrate the strength of emotional control and inner peace. This example can encourage others to approach similar situations with the same level of restraint and wisdom. A Stoic avoids confrontation because they understand that peace is found within, not in external validation. Confronting someone to get them to admit their lie is often an attempt to validate your own feelings of righteousness. Yet Stoicism teaches that true peace comes from within. It is not something that can be granted by others. By focusing on your own peace, you let go of the need for external validation, ensuring that your sense of self is rooted in your own values and virtues. Another benefit of avoiding confrontation is that it allows you to practice mindfulness. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of staying present and mindful in every moment. When you confront someone, your mind often becomes consumed with thoughts of the past, the lie, or the future, what the confrontation will lead to. By avoiding confrontation, you remain grounded in the present, focused on maintaining your peace and responding to the situation with clarity and awareness. Stoicism also teaches that avoiding confrontation is an act of self-discipline. It takes great strength to resist the urge to confront someone who has wronged you. Yet this self-discipline is key to living a life of virtue. By choosing not to engage in conflict, you demonstrate control over your emotions and actions, ensuring that you remain true to your values rather than reacting impulsively. Avoiding confrontation also helps you avoid the trap of seeking revenge. Stoicism teaches that revenge only perpetuates the cycle of harm and conflict. By focusing on your own peace, you let go of the desire to get back at the person who lied. This act of letting go not only protects your peace, but also ensures that you remain aligned with the Stoic principle of justice, treating others with fairness and compassion, even when they have wronged you. When you avoid confrontation, you also create space for the possibility of reconciliation. While confrontation often leads to further conflict, choosing to focus on your own peace can open the door for healing and resolution. Stoicism teaches that harmony is often achieved through patience and restraint rather than force. By avoiding confrontation, you allow the relationship to repair itself naturally, without the need for aggressive intervention. A Stoic recognizes that avoiding confrontation with liars is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. It takes great courage and wisdom to choose peace over conflict. By focusing on your own peace, you demonstrate that your sense of self is not dependent on the actions of others. This inner strength allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience, ensuring that you remain unshaken by the dishonesty of others. Finally, by avoiding confrontation and focusing on your own peace, you cultivate a life of balance and harmony. Stoicism teaches that true peace comes from within, and that external events, like lies and deception, are fleeting and temporary. When you prioritize your inner peace over external conflicts, you create a life that is rooted in calm, wisdom, and emotional resilience. This peace becomes your guiding force, allowing you to navigate even the most challenging situations with grace and clarity. Having explored why Stoics avoid confrontation with liars, we now turn to the crucial practice of protecting your peace of mind when a lie is uncovered. Discovering a lie can shake your sense of trust, triggering emotions such as anger, betrayal, or sadness. However, Stoicism offers a pathway to guard your inner tranquility, no matter the external situation. By using Stoic wisdom, you can face dishonesty without letting it disturb your peace or cloud your judgment. When you first uncover a lie, it's natural to feel an immediate surge of emotion. Yet Stoicism teaches that your initial reaction doesn't have to define your response. Instead of letting that surge take control, the first step is to pause. In that pause, you give yourself space to breathe, reflect, and regain your composure. This moment of stillness is crucial for maintaining peace of mind, as it allows reason to guide your next move rather than emotion. One of the core principles of Stoicism is focusing on what you can control. When you discover a lie, you cannot control the fact that the lie was told or how the liar will react if confronted. But you can control your own response. By narrowing your focus to what lies within your sphere of influence, you keep yourself grounded and prevent external events from overwhelming you. This focus ensures that your peace of mind remains intact, even in the face of dishonesty. A key part of protecting your peace of mind is learning to let go of the need for validation or justice. When lied to, it's easy to want the person to admit their wrongdoing or apologize. But Stoicism teaches that clinging to this desire only creates more suffering. By releasing the need for external validation, you free yourself from the emotional turmoil that comes from trying to change what you cannot control. This letting go brings a deep sense of peace, as you no longer depend on the actions of others for your own inner calm. Another essential element in protecting your peace is practicing emotional detachment. Stoicism teaches that while it's natural to feel hurt when deceived, those feelings do not need to consume you. By detaching from the emotions surrounding the lie, you gain clarity and perspective. This detachment doesn't mean ignoring your feelings. It means observing them without becoming overwhelmed by them. Through this practice, you maintain emotional balance and ensure that your peace remains undisturbed. Maintaining your peace of mind also involves reframing the situation. When you discover a lie, instead of focusing on the pain or betrayal, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Stoicism encourages viewing every challenge as an opportunity for growth. By shifting your focus from the negative aspects of the lie to the lessons it offers, you transform the experience into something constructive. This mindset helps you stay calm and centered, even in difficult situations. Another key strategy for protecting your peace is not taking the lie personally. People lie for various reasons, often because of their own insecurities or fears. Stoicism teaches that the actions of others are a reflection of their character, not yours. By recognizing this, you shield yourself from the emotional impact of the lie, understanding that it speaks more about the person who lied than it does about you. This perspective allows you to remain composed and maintain your self-worth, no matter what has been said or done. Practicing acceptance is another powerful way to guard your peace of mind. Stoicism teaches that we must accept reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. Discovering a lie can be painful, but resisting or denying the truth only adds to the suffering. By accepting the reality of the situation, you free yourself from the frustration of wishing things were different. This acceptance doesn't mean condoning the lie. It simply means acknowledging the truth of the situation without letting it disrupt your inner calm. In the face of dishonesty, one of the most effective ways to protect your peace is through forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing the lie, but it does mean letting go of the resentment and anger that can weigh you down. Holding on to these negative emotions only disturbs your peace. By forgiving the person who lied, you release the emotional burden they placed on you, allowing yourself to move forward with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. Stoicism also teaches the value of patience when dealing with lies. The truth often takes time to reveal itself fully, and reacting impulsively can lead to further complications. By exercising patience, you allow the situation to unfold naturally, giving yourself the space to assess it with clarity. This patience helps you avoid rash decisions and ensures that you respond thoughtfully, preserving your peace of mind throughout the process. Focusing on gratitude is another powerful way to protect your peace. Even when you discover a lie, there is always something to be grateful for. Stoicism teaches that gratitude shifts your perspective from what's wrong to what's right in your life. By focusing on the positive aspects of your life, you prevent the lie from taking center stage in your mind. This practice of gratitude reinforces your peace, reminding you that one lie does not define your overall well-being. Maintaining peace of mind when confronted with a lie also involves setting boundaries. Stoicism teaches that while you cannot control others, you can control how much access they have to your life and your emotions. If someone has lied to you repeatedly, it may be necessary to create some distance to protect your peace. Setting boundaries is an act of self-care, ensuring that you do not allow dishonesty to continually disrupt your inner calm. Self-reflection is another vital tool in protecting your peace. When you discover a lie, take a moment to reflect on your own emotional state. What are you feeling, and why? By understanding your emotions, you gain greater control over them. Stoicism teaches that self-awareness is key to managing your reactions. Through reflection, you can identify the triggers that threaten your peace and address them before they take hold. Another Stoic strategy for maintaining peace of mind is focusing on the present moment. Lies often stir up thoughts of the past or worries about the future, but Stoicism teaches that peace is found in the present. By grounding yourself in the here and now, you prevent your mind from getting lost in what-if scenarios or dwelling on past hurts. This mindfulness allows you to stay calm and centered no matter what external events are unfolding. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of aligning your actions with your values. When you discover a lie, it's tempting to respond in kind, but Stoicism teaches that your actions should always reflect your principles. By staying true to your values, such as honesty, integrity, and kindness, you protect your peace of mind, knowing that you have acted in accordance with your highest ideals. This alignment with your values brings a deep sense of satisfaction and inner calm. Another way to guard your peace is by avoiding unnecessary drama. When a lie is uncovered, it can be tempting to engage in conflict or spread the news of the deceit. Yet Stoicism teaches that peace is best maintained through simplicity and restraint. By avoiding the temptation to escalate the situation, you preserve your inner calm and prevent the lie from becoming a source of prolonged turmoil. Maintaining a sense of perspective is also crucial when dealing with lies. Stoicism teaches that most events are not as significant as they seem in the moment. When you discover a lie, it's important to step back and view it in the broader context of your life. Is this lie truly worth disturbing your peace over? By maintaining perspective, you prevent yourself from getting caught up in the drama of the moment, allowing you to keep your focus on what truly matters. Another Stoic practice for protecting your peace of mind is recognizing the impermanence of external events. Lies, like all things, are temporary. While the initial discovery of a lie may be painful, Stoicism teaches that these feelings will pass. By reminding yourself of the temporary nature of the situation, you prevent yourself from becoming overwhelmed by the emotions it triggers. This understanding of impermanence allows you to navigate the situation with calm and resilience. Stoicism also encourages the practice of compassion, both for yourself and for others. When you discover a lie, it's easy to be harsh on the person who lied and on yourself for being deceived. Yet Stoicism teaches that we are all imperfect and prone to mistakes. By practicing compassion, you soften the emotional blow of the lie, allowing yourself to approach the situation with understanding rather than judgment. This compassion helps you maintain your peace, even when faced with dishonesty. Another key to protecting your peace is not letting the lie define your relationship with the person who lied. Stoicism teaches that people are complex, and one action does not define their entire character. By avoiding the temptation to label the person as a liar, you keep the situation in perspective, allowing room for forgiveness and growth. This mindset helps you maintain your inner calm, as you are not burdened by negative judgments or resentment. Practicing humility is another way to safeguard your peace of mind. Stoicism teaches that we are all capable of making mistakes, including telling lies. By acknowledging your own imperfections, you cultivate humility, which softens your reaction to the lies of others. This humility helps you approach the situation with greater patience and understanding, ensuring that your peace remains intact. Maintaining your peace also involves accepting that not all lies need to be confronted. Stoicism teaches that not every battle is worth fighting, and sometimes the best way to preserve your peace is to let go. If the lie is small or insignificant in the grand scheme of things, it may be better to focus on what truly matters rather than escalating the situation. This act of letting go helps you prioritize your inner calm over external conflicts. Another powerful way to protect your peace is by trusting that the truth will eventually come to light. Stoicism teaches that lies are often short-lived, while the truth endures. By trusting in the natural course of events, you free yourself from the need to force a confession or demand justice. This trust in the process allows you to remain patient and calm, knowing that the truth will reveal itself in time. Stoicism also encourages us to view challenges, including the discovery of lies, as opportunities for growth. When you uncover a lie, instead of focusing on the negative aspects of the situation, ask yourself, how can I grow from this experience? By approaching the situation with a growth mindset, you transform the lie into a tool for personal development, ensuring that your peace of mind is preserved through resilience and wisdom. Protecting your peace of mind also involves recognizing that you have the power to choose your response. Stoicism teaches that while you cannot control what happens to you, you can control how you react. By choosing to respond with calm, reason, and understanding, you ensure that the lie does not have the power to disturb your peace. This sense of agency is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, empowering you to maintain control over your own emotional state. Another way to safeguard your peace is by practicing self-compassion. When you discover a lie, it's easy to feel foolish or betrayed, but Stoicism teaches that self-compassion is essential for emotional resilience. By being kind to yourself and recognizing that being lied to does not reflect your worth, you protect your inner peace. This self-compassion allows you to move forward without carrying the weight of self-blame or insecurity. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of staying grounded in the present moment. Lies often stir up thoughts of the past or worries about the future, but Stoicism teaches that peace is found in the present. By focusing on the here and now, you prevent your mind from getting lost in hypothetical scenarios or dwelling on past wrongs. This mindfulness helps you stay calm and centered, even in the face of dishonesty. Another key strategy for protecting your peace is practicing non-attachment. Stoicism teaches that we should not become overly attached to external outcomes, as they are often beyond our control. When you discover a lie, it's important not to become attached to the need for the person to admit their wrongdoing or apologize. By releasing this attachment, you free yourself from the emotional turmoil that comes with unmet expectations, allowing your peace of mind to remain intact. Stoicism teaches that true peace is found within, not in the actions of others. When you discover a lie, it's easy to feel that your peace has been disturbed by the external event. But Stoicism reminds us that peace of mind is a choice, rooted in how we respond to the world around us. By practicing acceptance, compassion, and detachment, you can protect your inner tranquility, ensuring that no lie, no matter how painful, has the power to disrupt your peace. Having explored how to protect your peace of mind when faced with dishonesty, the next step in the Stoic journey is to understand the role patience plays in uncovering the truth. In a world filled with deception, misunderstandings, and half-truths, the Stoic teaches us that the truth is not something to be forced, but something that reveals itself in time. Patience is the quiet strength that allows us to remain calm and centered as we wait for clarity to emerge. It's not a passive resignation, but an active engagement with the process of discovery, rooted in the belief that the truth will always find its way to the surface. In moments of uncertainty, the first instinct is often to seek answers immediately. There's a natural desire to resolve ambiguity, especially when deception is involved. But Stoicism reminds us that rushing towards the truth can lead to more confusion and missteps. Instead, cultivating patience allows you to take a step back and observe the situation from a broader perspective. Patience gives you the ability to pause, breathe, and reflect, ensuring that your judgment is not clouded by urgency or frustration. Patience also helps you avoid making hasty decisions based on incomplete information. When you force the truth before it's ready to reveal itself, you risk acting on assumptions rather than facts. Stoicism teaches that it's better to wait for the full picture to unfold. By doing so, you not only protect yourself from misjudgments, but also allow the situation to resolve itself in a more organic and truthful way. This approach fosters clarity and ensures that your actions are aligned with reason rather than impulse. Another benefit of patience is that it allows you to remain detached from the need for immediate resolution. The Stoic knows that the truth cannot be rushed, and that trying to force it can create unnecessary stress and frustration. By practicing patience, you free yourself from the emotional turmoil that comes with wanting everything resolved at once. This detachment gives you the mental space to focus on what truly matters, maintaining your inner calm and responding with wisdom. Patience is also key to understanding the motivations behind dishonesty. People lie for many reasons: fear, insecurity, self-preservation. When you rush to confront someone about a lie, you may miss the deeper reasons behind their behavior. By being patient, you give yourself the time to observe the situation more fully and understand the underlying factors that led to the deception. This deeper understanding allows you to respond with empathy rather than anger, helping you maintain both your peace and your integrity. The process of finding the truth is often gradual. Lies and half-truths have a way of unraveling over time, revealing themselves piece by piece. Patience allows you to watch this process unfold without feeling the need to intervene prematurely. Stoicism teaches that the truth will emerge when the time is right, and forcing it before then only leads to more confusion. By remaining patient, you allow the truth to reveal itself naturally, ensuring that you act from a place of clarity and understanding. Patience also helps you resist the urge to engage in conflict. When confronted with dishonesty, the desire to challenge or confront the other person can be strong. But Stoicism teaches that confrontation is rarely productive in these situations. By exercising patience, you give the other person the space to reflect on their actions and potentially come forward with the truth on their own. This approach not only preserves your peace, but also fosters a more open and honest dialogue in the long run. Stoicism reminds us that truth is not always black and white. There are often shades of grey in every situation, and patience allows you to sit with that uncertainty without feeling the need to immediately categorize everything as true or false. This openness to ambiguity is a key part of the Stoic approach to finding the truth. By accepting that the full truth may take time to emerge, you cultivate a mindset of flexibility and adaptability, ensuring that you are ready to respond when clarity finally comes. Patience also strengthens your ability to listen. In the process of finding the truth, listening is just as important as speaking. When you rush to judgment or confrontation, you close yourself off to the insights that come from truly hearing the other person's perspective. Stoicism teaches that patience enhances your ability to listen without judgment, allowing you to gather more information and understand the situation more fully. This deeper listening brings you closer to the truth, while also fostering better communication and trust. Another key aspect of patience in Stoicism is the recognition that the truth often involves multiple layers. What appears on the surface may not reflect the full reality of a situation. Patience gives you the time and space to peel back those layers, revealing the deeper truths that lie beneath. This gradual unfolding allows you to approach the situation with greater wisdom and insight, ensuring that your response is based on a comprehensive understanding rather than a superficial one. In many cases, patience also helps you avoid the trap of reacting emotionally to a lie. Lies can trigger feelings of betrayal or anger, but Stoicism teaches that acting from these emotions often leads to regrettable decisions. By practicing patience, you allow those initial emotions to settle, giving yourself the chance to respond from a place of calm and reason. This emotional restraint is key to maintaining your peace while navigating the complexities of dishonesty. The practice of patience also reinforces your trust in the process of life. Stoicism teaches that we must accept what is beyond our control, and the timing of the truth is often one of those things. By trusting that the truth will reveal itself in time, you let go of the need to force outcomes and instead focus on maintaining your own inner stability. This trust in the process brings a deep sense of peace, as you are no longer driven by the anxiety of not knowing. Another important aspect of patience is its connection to resilience. In the search for truth, you may face setbacks, frustrations, or delays. Patience helps you navigate these challenges with grace, ensuring that you do not become discouraged or overwhelmed. Stoicism teaches that resilience is built through endurance, and patience is the foundation of that endurance. By remaining patient, you strengthen your ability to persevere in the face of uncertainty, ensuring that you remain steady on the path to truth. Patience also allows you to observe the actions of others more carefully. When someone lies, their behavior often reveals more than their words. By practicing patience, you give yourself the time to notice these subtle cues and patterns, allowing you to piece together a more accurate understanding of the situation. Stoicism teaches that observation is a key tool in uncovering the truth, and patience enhances your ability to observe without jumping to conclusions. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of self-control in the process of finding the truth. When faced with dishonesty, it's easy to let frustration or impatience take over. But by exercising patience, you maintain control over your emotions and reactions. This self-control ensures that you do not act impulsively or make decisions that could later complicate the situation. Instead, you respond with thoughtfulness and care, preserving your peace of mind while waiting for the truth to emerge. Another benefit of patience is that it helps you avoid unnecessary drama. Rushing to expose a lie or force the truth can create more conflict and tension than is necessary. Stoicism teaches that peace is found in simplicity, and patience allows you to approach the situation without adding fuel to the fire. By remaining calm and composed, you avoid escalating the situation, ensuring that you handle the discovery of the truth with dignity and grace. Patience also fosters compassion. When you give others the time and space to reveal the truth on their own, you demonstrate understanding and empathy for their situation. Stoicism teaches that compassion is a vital part of maintaining harmony in relationships, and patience is a key aspect of that compassion. By waiting for the truth to unfold naturally, you allow the other person to confront their own dishonesty without feeling attacked or pressured. The practice of patience also deepens your self-awareness. As you wait for the truth to reveal itself, you have the opportunity to reflect on your own thoughts and feelings. Stoicism teaches that self-awareness is essential for living a virtuous life, and patience gives you the time to examine your inner state without rushing to action. This self-reflection helps you stay grounded and aligned with your values, ensuring that your response to the truth is rooted in wisdom rather than emotion. Another important aspect of patience is its ability to foster long-term thinking. Stoicism teaches that life is a marathon, not a sprint, and the truth is often something that reveals itself gradually over time. By practicing patience, you cultivate a mindset that values long-term clarity over short-term satisfaction. This perspective helps you remain steady and focused, even when the truth takes longer to emerge than you might have hoped. Patience also helps you avoid becoming reactive. In the face of dishonesty, it's easy to react impulsively, but Stoicism teaches that reactions based on emotion often lead to more harm than good. By practicing patience, you give yourself the space to respond thoughtfully rather than react instinctively. This measured approach ensures that your actions are aligned with reason and that you maintain your peace throughout the process. Another benefit of patience is that it helps you build trust in relationships. When you rush to confront someone about a lie, you risk damaging the trust that exists between you. But by practicing patience, you allow the other person the opportunity to come forward with the truth on their own terms. This approach fosters a sense of respect and understanding, which can strengthen the trust between you, even in the face of dishonesty. Patience also teaches you the value of timing. Stoicism emphasizes that there is a time for everything, and forcing the truth before its time can lead to unnecessary complications. By being patient, you allow the natural course of events to unfold, ensuring that the truth is revealed at the right moment. This respect for timing brings a sense of ease and flow to the situation, allowing you to navigate it with grace and clarity. Another key aspect of patience is that it helps you maintain a sense of calm in the face of uncertainty. Discovering that you've been lied to can create a sense of confusion or doubt, but Stoicism teaches that patience helps you remain steady, even when the truth is unclear. By trusting in the process and giving yourself time to observe, reflect, and understand, you protect your peace of mind from the turbulence of uncertainty. Patience also helps you develop greater wisdom. In the search for truth, there are often complexities and nuances that cannot be understood immediately. Stoicism teaches that wisdom is gained through experience and reflection, both of which require patience. By waiting for the truth to reveal itself fully, you gain a deeper understanding of the situation, ensuring that your response is guided by wisdom rather than impulse. Finally, patience is the ultimate expression of trust in yourself and the process of life. Stoicism teaches that while the truth may take time to emerge, it always does in the end. By practicing patience, you demonstrate confidence in your ability to navigate the situation with grace, clarity, and composure. This trust in yourself and the natural unfolding of events ensures that you remain calm, resilient, and at peace, no matter how long it takes for the truth to be revealed. Having explored the profound power of patience in uncovering the truth, we now move to the critical Stoic lesson of remaining unaffected by lies and deception. In a world where dishonesty is inevitable, Stoicism teaches that our inner peace and stability do not need to be disturbed by the actions of others. The strength to remain unshaken in the face of lies comes from within, guided by the principles of Stoic philosophy. When we cultivate a mindset that is anchored in reason, virtue, and emotional detachment, deception loses its power to harm us. Lies and deception are part of human nature, but Stoicism reminds us that these external actions only have as much control over us as we allow them. Stoic wisdom begins with the understanding that while we cannot control what others do or say, we can control how we respond. This simple shift in perspective empowers us to maintain our composure and remain unaffected by the dishonesty of others. When we anchor ourselves in what we can control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions, we protect our peace from external disruptions. One of the first steps in remaining unaffected by lies is to recognize that deception reflects the character of the person lying, not yours. Stoicism teaches that we should not take the actions of others personally. People lie for their own reasons, whether out of fear, insecurity, or self-interest, but these reasons have nothing to do with your worth or integrity. By detaching from the idea that lies are a reflection of you, you preserve your inner strength and prevent the lies from impacting your sense of self. Remaining unaffected also requires a commitment to emotional detachment. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of observing our emotions without becoming entangled in them. When confronted with a lie, feelings of anger, betrayal, or frustration may arise. But Stoicism teaches that we do not need to act on these emotions. By observing them from a place of calm detachment, we create space between the lie and our response. This practice allows us to maintain emotional clarity and prevents the lie from taking root in our mind. Another key Stoic principle that helps us remain unaffected by lies is focusing on virtue. Stoicism teaches that the highest good is living in accordance with virtue, practicing honesty, integrity, and kindness in all situations. When you remain true to your values, the lies of others lose their power. By staying grounded in your own virtuous behavior, you ensure that your actions reflect your principles, not the deceit of others. This alignment with virtue strengthens your resilience and keeps you centered. A Stoic also recognizes the importance of controlling their thoughts. Lies can create confusion and self-doubt, but Stoicism teaches that we have the power to direct our thoughts toward what is rational and true. By focusing on reason and clarity, we prevent the lies from clouding our judgment. This mental discipline helps us remain calm and composed, even when faced with deception, as we are no longer swayed by the false narratives others try to impose. Stoicism also encourages us to practice acceptance. Lies and deception are part of life, and no amount of frustration or anger will change that reality. By accepting that dishonesty exists, we free ourselves from the emotional burden of wishing things were different. Acceptance does not mean condoning lies, but it does mean recognizing the limitations of our control. When we accept what is beyond our control, we can focus our energy on what truly matters, our own peace and well-being. Another powerful way to remain unaffected by lies is to practice forgiveness. Stoicism teaches that holding on to anger or resentment only harms ourselves. When we forgive those who lie to us, we release the emotional weight of their actions. Forgiveness is not about excusing the lie, but about freeing ourselves from the negative emotions it creates. This act of letting go allows us to move forward with a clear mind and heart, unburdened by the deception of others. Stoicism also teaches that we should not rely on the actions of others for our happiness. Lies often disrupt relationships and create feelings of mistrust, but Stoicism reminds us that our happiness is rooted in our own actions, not in how others treat us. By cultivating inner contentment, we protect ourselves from the emotional impact of dishonesty. When our sense of peace comes from within, external events, such as lies, lose their ability to disturb us. Remaining unaffected by lies also involves setting clear boundaries. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can control how much influence they have over our lives. If someone repeatedly lies to you, it may be necessary to distance yourself from their harmful behavior. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect, ensuring that you protect your peace while still practicing compassion and understanding. This approach helps you navigate deception without letting it compromise your well-being. Another Stoic practice that helps us remain unaffected by deception is focusing on the present moment. Lies can stir up worries about the future or regrets about the past, but Stoicism teaches that peace is found in the present. By grounding ourselves in the here and now, we prevent our minds from getting lost in hypothetical scenarios or dwelling on past wrongs. This mindfulness allows us to maintain clarity and calm, no matter what lies have been told. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of aligning our actions with our values. When we are confronted with lies, it can be tempting to respond in kind, but Stoicism teaches that we should always act with integrity. By remaining true to our values, such as honesty, fairness, and compassion, we ensure that our response is guided by virtue rather than the deceit of others. This alignment with our principles helps us stay grounded, even in the face of dishonesty. Another key Stoic principle is the recognition that truth and lies are often revealed over time. When we discover a lie, the natural reaction is to seek immediate resolution or clarity, but Stoicism teaches the value of patience. By trusting that the truth will emerge in time, we avoid the stress and frustration of trying to force the issue. This patience allows us to remain calm and centered, knowing that the truth will eventually come to light without needing to disrupt our peace. Stoicism also encourages us to view challenges, such as being lied to, as opportunities for growth. When we are deceived, instead of focusing on the negative aspects of the situation, we can ask ourselves what we can learn from the experience. This mindset transforms deception into a tool for personal development, helping us grow stronger and more resilient. By focusing on the lessons that lies offer, we remain unaffected by the emotional turmoil they may initially cause. Another Stoic practice that helps us stay unaffected by deception is cultivating a sense of humility. Stoicism teaches that we are all capable of making mistakes, including telling lies. By acknowledging our own imperfections, we approach the lies of others with greater compassion and understanding. This humility prevents us from becoming overly judgmental or harsh, allowing us to respond to deception with grace and patience rather than anger or resentment. Stoicism also reminds us that not every lie needs to be confronted. Sometimes, the best way to maintain our peace is to let go of the need for confrontation. If the lie is small or insignificant, confronting it may only create unnecessary conflict. By practicing discernment and focusing on what truly matters, we ensure that we do not allow minor deceptions to disturb our inner calm. This selective engagement helps us navigate dishonesty without becoming entangled in every falsehood. Another way Stoicism teaches us to remain unaffected by lies is by focusing on what is within our control. We cannot change the fact that someone lied, but we can control how much energy and attention we give to the lie. By choosing to direct our focus toward positive actions and constructive thoughts, we prevent the lie from consuming our mind. This focus on what is within our power helps us maintain our emotional balance, even when faced with dishonesty. Stoicism also encourages us to practice self-compassion when dealing with lies. It's easy to feel foolish or betrayed when deceived, but Stoicism teaches that we must be kind to ourselves in these moments. By treating ourselves with the same compassion we would offer a friend, we prevent the lie from eroding our self-esteem or confidence. This self-compassion strengthens our resilience and helps us move forward with a sense of inner peace. Another Stoic strategy for remaining unaffected by deception is developing mental discipline. Stoicism teaches that we have the power to direct our thoughts and emotions rather than allowing them to control us. By practicing mental discipline, we train ourselves to remain calm and rational in the face of lies. This discipline ensures that our reactions are guided by reason rather than emotional impulses, helping us stay centered and unaffected by external deceit. Stoicism also reminds us of the impermanence of external events. Lies, like all things, are temporary. While the discovery of a lie may cause initial discomfort, Stoicism teaches that this discomfort will pass. By recognizing the temporary nature of external events, we prevent ourselves from becoming overwhelmed by the lie. This understanding of impermanence allows us to remain patient and composed, knowing that the emotional impact of the deception will fade over time. Remaining unaffected by lies also involves practicing gratitude. Even in the face of dishonesty, there are always things to be grateful for. Stoicism teaches that gratitude shifts our focus from what is wrong to what is right in our lives. By cultivating a mindset of gratitude, we prevent the lie from overshadowing the positive aspects of our experience. This practice reinforces our peace and reminds us that our well-being is not dependent on the actions of others. Another powerful way to stay unaffected by deception is by cultivating inner strength. Stoicism teaches that true strength comes from within, not from external validation or approval. When we rely on our own inner resources, such as resilience, wisdom, and self-control, we become less vulnerable to the lies and deceit of others. This inner strength allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure, ensuring that our peace remains intact. Finally, Stoicism teaches us that remaining unaffected by lies is an act of self-respect. By choosing not to let deception disrupt our peace, we honor our own well-being and emotional stability. This self-respect ensures that we do not give away our power to the actions of others. Instead, we remain in control of our own inner state, protecting our peace while navigating the complexities of human relationships with wisdom and integrity. Having explored how Stoicism teaches us to remain unaffected by lies and deception, we now turn to a deeper principle: why Stoics prioritize living with integrity over the need to expose lies. In a world that often prizes the pursuit of truth at any cost, Stoicism offers a different path, one where the focus is on maintaining one's own moral character rather than becoming consumed by the dishonesty of others. This approach does not ignore the existence of lies, but elevates the importance of living with virtue above the need for constant correction of others. Stoics believe that integrity is the foundation of a meaningful life. While exposing lies may seem like the righteous course of action, Stoicism teaches that our true duty is to live in accordance with our own values, regardless of external circumstances. The pursuit of truth is important, but it should not overshadow the more profound commitment to integrity. By choosing to live with honesty and virtue, we set a standard for ourselves that is unshaken by the dishonesty of others. Exposing lies often comes with the desire to be seen as right, But Stoicism teaches that this pursuit of validation is rooted in the ego. Integrity, on the other hand, is about aligning your actions with your principles, without concern for recognition or praise. Stoics understand that true strength comes from within, and that living with integrity requires no external validation. By focusing on your own moral compass, you rise above the need to constantly correct others, and in doing so, maintain your peace. The act of exposing lies can also lead to conflict and division. Stoicism teaches that peace and harmony are valuable virtues, and that integrity often means choosing not to escalate a situation unnecessarily. While exposing a lie may bring a temporary sense of satisfaction, it often comes at the cost of deeper connection and understanding. Stoics value relationships built on trust and mutual respect, and sometimes this means allowing others to come to their own realizations in their own time, rather than forcing the truth upon them. Integrity is not just about what you do, it's about how you do it. Stoicism teaches that the manner in which we approach challenges reflects our inner character. Even when confronted with dishonesty, a Stoic responds with calm, patience, and restraint. This commitment to virtue ensures that our actions are always guided by reason and moral clarity, rather than emotional reactions. By valuing integrity over exposing lies, Stoics maintain control over their own behavior, regardless of the actions of others. Choosing integrity over exposing lies also means recognizing the limitations of your influence. Stoicism teaches that while we can control our own actions, we cannot control the behavior of others. Trying to expose a lie or force someone to admit their deception often leads to frustration and disappointment. By focusing on your own integrity, you accept that some things are beyond your control, and you free yourself from the burden of trying to change what cannot be changed. Stoics believe that living with integrity is its own reward. The satisfaction of knowing that you have acted in accordance with your values far outweighs the fleeting satisfaction of exposing a lie. Integrity provides a deep sense of inner peace because it ensures that your actions are rooted in virtue, not in a desire for external validation or recognition. This inner peace is one of the greatest gifts of Stoic practice, as it allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. Exposing lies often leads to further dishonesty and defensiveness from the person being confronted. Stoicism teaches that it is better to lead by example, demonstrating honesty and integrity in your own life rather than forcing others to admit their faults. By living with virtue, you create a ripple effect, encouraging those around you to rise to the same standard of truthfulness. This quiet influence is often more powerful than any direct confrontation, as it inspires change through example rather than force. Integrity also requires humility. Stoicism teaches that none of us are immune to mistakes, and that we are all capable of falling short of our ideals at times. By valuing integrity over exposing lies, you acknowledge that you too are imperfect. This humility allows you to approach situations with empathy and understanding rather than judgment. When you prioritize living with virtue over correcting others, you foster a spirit of compassion that strengthens both yourself and your relationships. Another reason Stoics value integrity over exposing lies is the recognition that truth is often complex. While some lies are clear-cut, many situations involve shades of grey. Stoicism teaches that the pursuit of virtue should not be reduced to a simplistic desire to always be right. Instead, it emphasizes the importance of acting with wisdom and discernment. By focusing on integrity, you ensure that your actions are guided by thoughtful consideration rather than a rigid need to expose every falsehood. Choosing integrity over exposing lies also allows you to conserve your energy for more meaningful pursuits. Stoicism teaches that we should not waste our time and effort on matters that do not contribute to our personal growth or the well-being of others. Constantly seeking to expose lies can become an exhausting endeavor, draining you of the energy you could be using to live a life of purpose. By focusing on integrity, you direct your energy toward actions that truly matter, allowing you to live with intention and clarity. Living with integrity also strengthens your resilience. Stoicism teaches that our character is tested in difficult situations and that remaining true to our values is the key to navigating these challenges with strength. By choosing integrity, you build a foundation of inner fortitude that cannot be shaken by the actions of others. Whether faced with lies, betrayal, or disappointment, your commitment to living with virtue ensures that you remain steadfast and unbroken. Stoics understand that integrity fosters trust. While exposing a lie may temporarily force the truth into the open, it often damages the trust between individuals. By prioritizing integrity, you create an environment where trust can grow naturally, without the need for confrontation or accusation. People are more likely to be honest and open with someone who consistently demonstrates virtue and understanding, rather than someone who is always seeking to expose their faults. Integrity is also deeply connected to self-respect. Stoicism teaches that when we act with integrity, we maintain a sense of dignity and self-worth. Exposing lies, especially when done out of a desire to be right, can often lead to a feeling of emptiness or dissatisfaction. But when you live in alignment with your values, you cultivate a deep sense of respect for yourself, knowing that your actions reflect the highest standards of character. This self-respect is essential for living a life of purpose and fulfillment. Another reason Stoics value integrity over exposing lies is that it helps maintain emotional balance. The act of exposing a lie often stirs up emotions, anger, frustration, or even a sense of triumph. Stoicism teaches that true peace comes from emotional detachment, and that we should not allow external events to disrupt our inner calm. By focusing on integrity, you maintain a steady emotional state, ensuring that your peace of mind is not disturbed by the dishonesty of others. Living with integrity also allows you to approach situations with a sense of fairness. Stoicism teaches that we should always strive to be just, treating others with the same understanding and compassion that we would want for ourselves. By prioritizing integrity, you create a space for open dialogue and mutual respect, rather than judgment or condemnation. This fairness fosters healthier relationships and encourages more honest communication in the long term. Stoicism also reminds us that living with integrity is a lifelong practice. It is not something that is achieved in a single moment, but a continuous process of aligning your actions with your values. While exposing lies may bring temporary satisfaction, integrity provides lasting fulfillment. It is the steady commitment to virtue that allows you to grow and evolve, ensuring that your life is guided by purpose rather than the fleeting desire to be right. Another benefit of valuing integrity over exposing lies is that it helps you avoid unnecessary conflict. Stoicism teaches that peace and harmony should be prioritized, and that we should not engage in conflict unless absolutely necessary. By choosing to live with integrity, you minimize the potential for conflict, as you focus on your own actions rather than the shortcomings of others. This approach fosters a more peaceful existence, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and grace. Stoics also recognize that integrity brings clarity. When you are focused on living in accordance with your values, your path becomes clear. You are no longer distracted by the need to expose lies or prove yourself right. Instead, you are guided by a sense of purpose and direction that is rooted in virtue. This clarity allows you to make decisions with confidence, knowing that your actions are aligned with your highest ideals. Choosing integrity over exposing lies also fosters patience. Stoicism teaches that the truth will eventually come to light, and that forcing it before its time often creates more harm than good. By practicing patience, you allow the natural course of events to unfold, trusting that the truth will emerge without the need for confrontation. This patience ensures that you remain calm and composed, even when faced with dishonesty. Another reason Stoics value integrity is that it helps you stay grounded. Exposing lies can often lead to feelings of superiority or self-righteousness, but Stoicism teaches that true strength comes from humility. By focusing on your own integrity, you remain humble and centered, knowing that your actions are guided by virtue rather than ego. This grounded approach allows you to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. Stoicism also teaches that living with integrity brings a sense of inner freedom. When you are no longer consumed by the need to expose lies or correct others, you free yourself from the emotional burden of constantly seeking validation or approval. This freedom allows you to focus on what truly matters: your own growth, relationships, and peace of mind. By choosing integrity, you liberate yourself from the distractions of dishonesty and live a life of greater purpose and fulfillment. Another benefit of prioritizing integrity is that it fosters a sense of contentment. Stoicism teaches that true happiness comes from living in accordance with virtue, not from external success or recognition. When you focus on your own integrity, you cultivate a deep sense of satisfaction, knowing that your actions are aligned with your values. This contentment is far more enduring than the fleeting satisfaction of exposing a lie, as it is rooted in the stability of your own moral character. Living with integrity also strengthens your relationships. Stoicism teaches that relationships are built on trust, and that trust is cultivated through consistent, virtuous behavior. By prioritizing integrity over exposing lies, you create a foundation of trust that allows for deeper, more meaningful connections. This trust fosters open communication, mutual respect, and a sense of security, ensuring that your relationships are built on honesty and understanding rather than conflict. Another reason Stoics value integrity is that it promotes inner peace. When you focus on living in accordance with your values, you free yourself from the emotional turmoil that comes with trying to expose every lie or correct every falsehood. This inner peace allows you to navigate life's challenges with a sense of calm and clarity, knowing that your actions are guided by virtue rather than external circumstances. Finally, Stoics value integrity over exposing lies because it is the ultimate expression of self-mastery. Stoicism teaches that the highest form of strength is the ability to control your own actions, regardless of the behavior of others. By choosing to live with integrity, you demonstrate true self-mastery, as you remain steadfast in your commitment to virtue even when faced with dishonesty. This self-mastery is the foundation of a life of purpose, peace, and fulfillment, ensuring that you are always guided by your own moral compass rather than the actions of those around you. As we have explored the profound value of integrity in Stoicism, we now shift to another key element that strengthens one's ability to navigate deception: Stoic mindfulness. The practice of mindfulness, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, allows us to stay alert and aware of the subtleties in our environment and the actions of others. By honing this awareness, we can better attune ourselves to deception, not out of suspicion, but from a place of clarity and wisdom. The calm vigilance that comes with Stoic mindfulness helps protect our inner peace while sharpening our perception of the truth. Mindfulness in Stoicism is not just about being present. It is about observing without attachment or emotional entanglement. When someone is deceptive, subtle clues often reveal themselves in their behavior, words, or body language. Stoic mindfulness trains you to notice these signs without being carried away by assumptions or impulsive reactions. By maintaining a clear, objective mindset, you stay grounded and better equipped to detect inconsistencies that might indicate dishonesty. One of the key advantages of Stoic mindfulness is its ability to keep you calm and centered in moments of uncertainty. When faced with deception, there can be a temptation to react quickly or emotionally. However, Stoic mindfulness encourages you to pause and observe the situation fully before responding. This pause creates space for you to evaluate what is happening without letting the deception disrupt your emotional equilibrium. It is in this space that clarity and truth are more likely to emerge. Remaining attuned to deception through mindfulness also involves paying attention to the small details that others might overlook. In conversation, for example, a slight hesitation, a shift in tone, or a change in body language can be telling signs that something is amiss. Stoicism teaches that by staying present and fully engaged in the moment, you are more likely to pick up on these subtle indicators. This heightened awareness allows you to navigate conversations with a deeper sense of understanding and insight. A critical aspect of Stoic mindfulness is emotional detachment. By practicing detachment, you allow yourself to observe without becoming personally involved in the outcome. When dealing with potential deception, this detachment prevents you from taking the lie personally or reacting out of hurt. Instead, you maintain a sense of objectivity, which helps you stay focused on the facts rather than the emotions the deception might provoke. This emotional control is key to staying composed when dishonesty arises. Mindfulness also enhances your ability to listen actively and deeply. Stoicism teaches that true listening is about more than just hearing words. It's about understanding the meaning behind them. When you are fully mindful, you engage with the speaker in a way that allows you to pick up on subtle inconsistencies or contradictions. This active listening helps you discern whether someone is being truthful or if they are attempting to mislead you. It keeps you attuned to the flow of conversation, enabling you to respond with greater wisdom. Another way Stoic mindfulness helps you stay attuned to deception is by keeping your mind free from distractions. When your attention is scattered or preoccupied with other thoughts, it's easier for deception to slip by unnoticed. Stoicism teaches that by focusing your mind on the present moment and clearing away unnecessary distractions, you heighten your awareness. This focused attention allows you to stay alert to any signs of dishonesty and ensures that you are fully engaged in whatever situation you are facing. Stoic mindfulness also sharpens your intuition. While Stoicism values reason and logic, it also acknowledges the importance of intuition in guiding us toward the truth. When you are mindful, you are more in tune with your gut feelings and subtle signals that might otherwise go unnoticed. This intuitive sense, combined with rational analysis, helps you stay attuned to deception, as you are more likely to notice when something doesn't quite feel right, even if you can't immediately pinpoint why. By practicing mindfulness, you also become more aware of your own reactions to situations. Stoicism teaches that self-awareness is key to managing your emotions and responses. When faced with deception, your initial reaction might be anger, disappointment, or frustration. However, by being mindful of these emotions as they arise, you prevent them from taking control. This awareness helps you maintain your composure, allowing you to respond to the deception with calm and reason rather than with emotional volatility. Stoic mindfulness is also deeply connected to the practice of patience. Deception often unfolds over time, and the truth may not always be immediately apparent. By staying mindful, you cultivate the patience necessary to let the situation evolve naturally without forcing a resolution. This patience allows you to observe the person's actions and words more closely, giving you a better chance of discerning the truth without rushing to conclusions. It also helps you remain calm in the face of uncertainty. Another important aspect of Stoic mindfulness is the ability to observe patterns. People who are dishonest often follow certain behavioral patterns that, when noticed, can reveal their deception. Mindfulness helps you recognize these patterns over time, whether they are inconsistencies in their story, avoidance of certain topics, or frequent justifications. By staying present and mindful, you can detect these patterns and better understand when someone may not be telling the truth. In addition, Stoic mindfulness encourages you to approach every situation with an open mind. When you are mindful, you do not jump to conclusions or make assumptions about someone's intentions. Instead, you observe with curiosity and non-judgment, allowing the facts to present themselves. This openness prevents you from becoming overly suspicious or accusatory and helps you stay objective. It ensures that you remain focused on the evidence, rather than letting bias or preconceived notions cloud your judgment. Stoic mindfulness also strengthens your ability to discern between genuine behavior and forced or artificial behavior. When someone is lying, their actions may appear rehearsed or overly controlled. Mindfulness allows you to notice these subtle differences in demeanor, helping you differentiate between someone who is being authentic and someone who is hiding something. This heightened perception is essential for staying attuned to deception in both personal and professional interactions. Another benefit of Stoic mindfulness is that it helps you manage stress in moments of potential deception. Discovering that someone may be lying can trigger anxiety or stress, but Stoicism teaches that mindfulness helps calm the mind. By focusing on your breath or grounding yourself in the present, you reduce the physical and mental tension that often accompanies these moments. This calm state allows you to think more clearly and make better decisions, even in the face of dishonesty. Mindfulness also allows you to maintain a sense of detachment from outcomes. Stoicism teaches that we should not become overly attached to how things turn out, as this attachment can lead to disappointment and frustration. When dealing with deception, mindfulness helps you stay focused on the process rather than the outcome. This means you can observe the situation without becoming fixated on proving someone wrong or exposing a lie. This detachment frees you from emotional entanglements and helps you stay grounded. Another powerful aspect of Stoic mindfulness is its ability to help you respond rather than react. When faced with deception, the impulse to react quickly and emotionally can be strong. However, mindfulness encourages you to pause and consider your response carefully. By taking a moment to breathe and reflect, you ensure that your actions are aligned with reason and virtue, rather than with the heat of the moment. This thoughtful response helps you maintain control and ensures that you handle the situation with dignity. Stoic mindfulness also helps you become more aware of your surroundings. Deception often involves not just words, but the environment in which the lie is told. By practicing mindfulness, you remain alert to subtle changes in the environment, whether it's the body language of the person speaking, the tone of the conversation, or the overall energy of the room. This awareness provides valuable context that can help you stay attuned to whether someone is being truthful or deceptive. Another key element of Stoic mindfulness is the ability to remain centered even when faced with dishonesty. Stoicism teaches that your inner calm is your greatest strength, and mindfulness reinforces this calm by keeping you anchored in the present. When someone attempts to deceive you, it can create turbulence in your thoughts and emotions. But by practicing mindfulness, you remain centered, ensuring that the lie does not destabilize you or throw you off balance. This emotional stability is crucial for maintaining clarity in challenging situations. Stoic mindfulness also helps you cultivate a deeper sense of empathy. While mindfulness sharpens your ability to detect deception, it also encourages you to approach the situation with understanding. Stoicism teaches that people lie for a variety of reasons, often stemming from fear, insecurity, or a desire to protect themselves. By remaining mindful, you can stay attuned to the emotional motivations behind the lie, allowing you to respond with compassion rather than judgment. Another benefit of Stoic mindfulness is that it helps you avoid overreacting to small deceptions. Not all lies are significant, and mindfulness helps you discern when a deception is worth addressing and when it is better to let go. By staying present and detached, you avoid blowing small lies out of proportion and maintain your peace of mind. This discernment ensures that you only invest your energy in situations that truly matter, preserving your emotional well-being. Mindfulness also teaches you to trust in the natural unfolding of events. Stoicism emphasizes that the truth often reveals itself in time, and mindfulness helps you remain patient as this process occurs. By staying attuned to the present moment, you allow the situation to evolve naturally, rather than forcing a confrontation or demanding immediate answers. This patience ensures that you stay calm and composed, even when deception is involved. Through Stoic mindfulness, you also develop a greater awareness of the impact of your own actions. In moments of deception, how you respond can influence the outcome of the situation. Mindfulness helps you remain conscious of your words and behaviors, ensuring that you act with integrity and thoughtfulness. This awareness helps you avoid escalating the situation and allows you to handle deception with wisdom and care. Stoic mindfulness further supports your ability to manage expectations. Often, we are disappointed by deception because we expect others to always be truthful. While honesty is an important value, Stoicism teaches that we cannot control the behavior of others. Mindfulness helps you release unrealistic expectations and accept that deception is part of life. By managing your expectations, you reduce the emotional impact of lies and remain centered in your own integrity. Another way Stoic mindfulness helps you stay attuned to deception is by cultivating a practice of self-reflection. Stoicism teaches that introspection is key to personal growth, and mindfulness encourages regular reflection on your thoughts and actions. By examining your own responses to deception, you gain greater insight into how you can improve your awareness and understanding. This self-reflection deepens your mindfulness practice and enhances your ability to detect dishonesty in the future. Mindfulness also reinforces the Stoic principle of non-attachment to external outcomes. Stoicism teaches that peace comes from within, not from the actions of others. When dealing with deception, mindfulness helps you detach from the need for others to be truthful in order to maintain your inner calm. This non-attachment allows you to observe the lie without letting it disturb your peace, ensuring that your emotional well-being is not dependent on external circumstances. Finally, Stoic mindfulness teaches you to embrace the present moment fully, even when it includes deception. By staying grounded in the here and now, you accept the reality of the situation without resistance or denial. This acceptance does not mean condoning dishonesty, but rather acknowledging it without letting it consume you. Mindfulness helps you stay attuned to what is true in the present moment, allowing you to navigate deception with wisdom, clarity, and inner strength. Having explored how Stoic mindfulness can keep us attuned to deception, it becomes clear that the next step is learning to accept people's flaws and move on. In life, we often encounter imperfections in others, whether it is dishonesty, weakness, or inconsistency. And Stoicism teaches that our inner peace should not depend on the actions of others. Instead, we are called to practice acceptance of human flaws, not as an act of resignation, but as a way of freeing ourselves from the frustration of expecting perfection in a world filled with imperfection. The Stoic approach to accepting flaws begins with the understanding that no one is perfect. People, by their nature, are flawed, and expecting otherwise only sets us up for disappointment. Stoicism teaches that we must view the flaws in others as part of the human condition, just as we acknowledge our own shortcomings. By doing so, we shift from judgment to understanding, allowing ourselves to release the frustration that comes with expecting people to behave in ways that align perfectly with our desires. Acceptance does not mean approval, but rather a recognition of reality as it is. When someone displays a flaw, be it dishonesty, impatience, or selfishness, Stoicism teaches that we should not resist or deny this reality. Instead, we should accept that this is who they are in that moment. By accepting what we cannot change, we liberate ourselves from the emotional turmoil that comes with wishing things were different. This acceptance is a key step in maintaining our own peace of mind. In accepting the flaws of others, Stoicism encourages us to focus on what is within our control. We cannot change other people's behaviors, but we can control how we respond to them. By redirecting our attention away from trying to fix others and toward managing our own reactions, we protect our inner tranquility. This shift in focus not only helps us maintain emotional balance, but also allows us to cultivate compassion and patience toward those around us. Moving on from the flaws of others requires us to practice forgiveness. Stoicism teaches that holding on to resentment or anger only harms ourselves. By forgiving others for their imperfections, we free ourselves from the emotional weight of their actions. This forgiveness does not excuse the behavior, but it allows us to move forward without carrying the burden of past hurts. In doing so, we preserve our peace and continue to grow in virtue, unencumbered by the faults of others. Another key Stoic principle in accepting flaws is the practice of empathy. When we recognize that we too are imperfect, it becomes easier to extend empathy to others. Stoicism teaches that everyone acts according to their own nature, and often people's flaws are a result of their own struggles or limitations. By approaching others with empathy, we soften our judgments and allow ourselves to see beyond their mistakes. This perspective fosters deeper connections and helps us move on from the frustration of expecting perfection. Stoicism also reminds us that the flaws we see in others are often reflections of our own inner challenges. When we become irritated by someone else's behavior, it may be a sign that we are struggling with similar issues. Mindful of this, Stoics use these moments as opportunities for self-reflection, asking, "What can I learn from this situation?" By turning the focus inward, we grow in self-awareness and are better able to move on from the flaws of others without holding on to negative feelings. Moving on from the flaws of others also involves letting go of the need for control. Stoicism teaches that we must release the illusion that we can change others to fit our expectations. People are autonomous beings, and their actions are shaped by their own experiences, beliefs, and choices. By accepting this reality, we free ourselves from the frustration that comes with trying to mold others to our liking. This act of letting go brings a deep sense of peace, as we no longer feel responsible for the behaviors of others. In the face of others' flaws, Stoicism encourages us to practice patience. People are complex, and change often happens slowly, if at all. By practicing patience, we give others the time and space they need to grow and evolve at their own pace. This patience allows us to remain calm and understanding, even when someone's actions do not meet our expectations. In doing so, we protect our own peace while allowing others to navigate their own journeys. Another important aspect of accepting flaws is recognizing the impermanence of human behavior. Stoicism teaches that people's actions and attitudes are not fixed. They change over time as circumstances shift. What may seem like a significant flaw in the moment may later evolve into a lesson or a moment of growth for the individual. By keeping this in mind, we cultivate a sense of openness and flexibility, allowing us to move on without becoming fixated on the imperfections we encounter in others. Stoic acceptance also involves practicing detachment from the opinions and judgments of others. When someone displays a flaw, we may feel the need to correct or confront them, driven by our own judgments of right and wrong. However, Stoicism teaches that our peace of mind should not be dependent on whether others live up to our standards. By detaching from the need to correct or judge, we maintain our own inner calm and allow others to be who they are without letting their actions disturb us. In accepting people's flaws, Stoicism also encourages us to focus on the good in others. While it's easy to fixate on someone's shortcomings, Stoicism teaches that everyone has positive qualities that deserve recognition. By shifting our attention toward the virtues and strengths of others, we balance our perspective and prevent ourselves from becoming consumed by their flaws. This balanced view allows us to appreciate the complexity of human nature, fostering acceptance and understanding. Another Stoic principle that helps us accept flaws is the practice of gratitude. Even when someone's behavior falls short of our expectations, there is often something to be grateful for in the relationship or interaction. Stoicism teaches that by focusing on what we appreciate rather than what frustrates us, we shift our mindset from one of criticism to one of acceptance. This gratitude helps us move on from the flaws we encounter, allowing us to focus on the positive aspects of our connections with others. Moving on from the flaws of others also requires us to embrace the concept of non-attachment. Stoicism teaches that we should not become overly attached to how others behave or how situations unfold. When we are attached to a particular outcome or expectation, we set ourselves up for disappointment when things don't go as planned. By practicing non-attachment, we free ourselves from the need for others to meet our expectations, allowing us to accept their flaws without losing our peace. Another Stoic practice that helps us move on from flaws is self-compassion. Stoicism teaches that we must be kind to ourselves, especially when dealing with the imperfections of others. It's natural to feel frustrated or hurt when someone's behavior falls short, but by practicing self-compassion, we allow ourselves to process these emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them. This self-care helps us maintain our emotional balance, making it easier to accept others' flaws and move forward. In accepting the flaws of others, Stoicism also encourages us to focus on the present moment. People's past actions or future potential can often cloud our judgment, but Stoicism teaches that peace is found in the present. By staying grounded in the here and now, we can accept people as they are in this moment, without becoming distracted by past mistakes or future uncertainties. This focus on the present allows us to engage with others more fully and move on from their flaws with greater ease. Another aspect of Stoic acceptance is the recognition that people are on their own unique paths. Stoicism teaches that everyone has their own journey of growth and learning, and their flaws are often part of that process. By accepting that people are where they need to be in their own development, we release the need to judge or change them. This acceptance allows us to move on without holding on to frustration, trusting that each person's path is unfolding as it should. Stoicism also teaches that accepting flaws is an act of resilience. When we encounter the imperfections of others, it can be easy to become discouraged or disheartened. However, Stoicism encourages us to remain strong in the face of adversity, using these challenges as opportunities to practice patience, understanding, and forgiveness. By cultivating resilience, we strengthen our ability to move on from the flaws of others without letting them disrupt our inner peace. Another key to accepting flaws is recognizing that perfection is an illusion. Stoicism teaches that striving for perfection in ourselves or others is a source of unnecessary suffering. People are inherently imperfect, and expecting them to be otherwise is a recipe for frustration. By accepting this truth, we free ourselves from the unrealistic expectations that lead to disappointment, allowing us to move on from the flaws we encounter with grace and understanding. In accepting the flaws of others, Stoicism also encourages us to practice humility. We are all flawed, and recognizing this helps us approach others with a sense of humility rather than judgment. By acknowledging our own imperfections, we create space for others to be imperfect as well. This humility fosters a sense of connection and understanding, helping us move on from the flaws of others without feeling superior or resentful. Another Stoic principle that helps us accept flaws is the practice of perspective. Stoicism teaches that many of the things we perceive as flaws are in fact neutral events that we assign meaning to based on our own values and beliefs. By shifting our perspective, we can often see that what we view as a flaw is simply a difference in behavior or thought. This broader perspective allows us to move on from minor frustrations and accept people as they are, without getting caught up in our own judgments. Stoicism also reminds us that accepting flaws is a practice of inner strength. It takes courage to let go of the need to control or correct others and to allow them to be as they are. By accepting people's imperfections, we demonstrate a strength of character that is rooted in resilience, patience, and compassion. This inner strength helps us move forward with grace, even in the face of disappointment or frustration. In accepting the flaws of others, Stoicism encourages us to focus on what truly matters. Many of the imperfections we encounter in others are minor in the grand scheme of things. Stoicism teaches that by focusing on what is truly important, such as maintaining our own virtue and peace of mind, we can move on from the small annoyances that often consume our attention. This focus on what matters helps us prioritize our own growth and well-being over the flaws of others. Moving on from flaws also involves practicing forgiveness toward ourselves. Stoicism teaches that we are all human and we all make mistakes. When we become frustrated with the imperfections of others, it is often because we are holding ourselves to an impossibly high standard. By practicing self-forgiveness, we release the pressure to be perfect, allowing ourselves to move on from the flaws of others without carrying the weight of our own self-judgment. In accepting flaws, Stoicism also encourages us to embrace the concept of flow. People and situations are constantly changing, and what may seem like a flaw today may no longer be an issue tomorrow. By staying flexible and open to change, we allow ourselves to move with the flow of life, accepting the imperfections of others as part of the natural ebb and flow of relationships. This openness helps us move on without becoming stuck in frustration or disappointment. Finally, Stoicism teaches that accepting the flaws of others is a practice of love. True love, whether for a friend, partner, or family member, involves seeing the whole person, their strengths and weaknesses, and accepting them as they are. By embracing this holistic view of others, we cultivate a deeper sense of compassion and connection, allowing us to move on from their imperfections with kindness and understanding. This love is not conditional on perfection, but is rooted in the recognition of our shared humanity. As we've journeyed through the Stoic insights and practical tips on how to tell if someone is lying, it's clear that the key to understanding deception is rooted in self-awareness, emotional control, and mindful observation. Stoicism doesn't just help us spot lies. It teaches us to navigate dishonesty with grace, protect our peace, and focus on our own integrity. The truth has a way of revealing itself, and by using these tools, we can rise above deceit while staying centered in our own values. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What strategies do you use to detect dishonesty, and which of these Stoic principles resonated with you the most? Leave a comment below, and let's keep the conversation going. If you found this video insightful and want more content on Stoicism, self-growth, and practical wisdom, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Stay wise, stay centered, and I'll see you in the next video.